It's Monday, March 23rd.
Sadly, the two pilots are confirmed deceased, and notifications are being made by Air Canada's care team at this time.
A crash at New York's LaGuardia Airport has left 2 Air Canada pilots dead and several others injured.
This crisis, as it stands now, 2 oil crashes and 1 gas crash put all together.
New warnings about a global energy crisis as the clock ticks on a deadline for Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
What I said about staying here with you, I meant that. Cal and I were finally in a good place before Liam showed up.
And a new episode of Sullivan's Crossing is now streaming on Crave TV. Later this hour, we're going to check in with the stars of the show. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Daryl.
And I'm Kayleen. Good morning and happy Monday.
Every year on your birthday, you say, get me a cool interview, get me something, get me a gift. I got Chad Michael Murray.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yes, second time you got me Chad Michael Murray for my birthday for an interview.
Not quite Scott Patterson, because I know you're a Gilmore Girls
a huge Gilmore Girls fan, but you know what? Scott Patterson does follow me on Instagram. Not
whoa, look at you. My favorite follower of all time was the Jamaican bobsled team.
Oh, yeah.
Prior to the last Olympics, and then they shut down their accounts.
Sometimes in this job, we just get really cool random followers. It's like, you want to know what I'm doing on a Wednesday afternoon?
Yeah, if you want to see Mateo's hockey pictures, you go right ahead.
Yeah.
Let's get to news. We begin with that top story just on headlines. One of the busiest airports in the country shut down after a deadly crash overnight. 2 people are dead after a plane crashed into a truck on the ground at LaGuardia Airport in New York. More than a dozen injuries also reported. Leading us off this morning is Hannah Battah.
Overnight, New York's LaGuardia Airport closed after an Air Canada Express flight collided with a fire truck on the tarmac.
There's probably 200 police officers and emergency response vehicles, and that plane is suspended on top of a vehicle.
41 passengers and crew were transported to the hospital, as well as the ARF officers. Sadly, the 2 pilots are confirmed deceased.
Stop, truck 1. Stop. Stop, truck 1. Stop.
Air traffic data shows Air Canada flight 8646 from Montreal landed at LaGuardia at 11:40 p.m. Sometime shortly after touching down, the plane collided nose first with a fire truck.
646, I see you collide with a vehicle there. Just hold position. I know you can't move. The vehicles are responding to you now.
Images show the plane's nose destroyed. The entire plane tilted up into the air. LaGuardia closing down immediately. The FAA issuing a ground stop for all planes headed to the airport.
Del 2603, go around. Runway heading 2000.
Air traffic controllers scrambling to divert other planes.
LaGuardia Airport is closed at this time. No aircraft in or out.
Moments before the incident, the truck could be heard asking controllers for permission to cross a runway. A controller apparently giving permission.
Truck 1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower, requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, crossing 4 at Delta.
A controller later saying this to another pilot.
We were dealing with an emergency earlier.
Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
Starting today, airports across the U.S. will have ICE agents working security as TSA officers continue to go unpaid. President Donald Trump says Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents will be deployed to airports to help ease travel delays. There have been long lineups and huge crowds, as you're seeing on your screen, at American airports due to a lack of TSA officers. These officers have been working without pay since the middle of February. It's all because of a partial government shutdown and a lack of funding for the Department of Homeland Security. The union representing Transportation Security Administration officers is criticizing the move, saying staff deserve to be paid, not replaced by untrained armed agents. Meanwhile, U.S. Border Czar Tom Homan says ICE agents will not be directly involved in screening passengers, but will help support TSA officers while they do their job. Iran is facing a deadline this morning to allow ships through the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. president issued a threat over the weekend, giving Iran 48 hours to allow safe passage through the strait, or else the U.S. will go after Iran's power grid. Iran has responded this morning with its own threat to completely close the Strait of Hormuz if its power plants are attacked. Meanwhile, the head of NATO says a group of 22 countries is trying to reopen the strait.
22 nations, again, most of them from NATO, but also the other ones I mentioned, to work through what is needed, when is it needed, and how we will make this together as soon as the time is ripe to get this done.
Now, as tensions rise, the head of the International Energy Agency is warning about an energy crisis that could be worse than the oil shocks during the 1970s. The standoff over the strait keeps driving up gas prices.
It's getting expensive. It's ridiculous out here, man. I'm spending like $20, almost $20 more on gas every week.
20 if you're lucky. The average price across the country is $1.72 a litre. BC still has the highest at $1.93. Here in Saskatchewan, we're sitting around $1.72 most commonly. Jeremy, what do we have to learn about overpasses? This just keeps happening.
Yes, Daryl, it has happened again. Traffic is down to one lane heading north on Circle Drive after another too-tall load hit a Saskatoon overpass. It happened yesterday afternoon. City says the Canadian Pacific Kansas City Rail and Pedestrian Overpass, that's the one south of the Attridge Drive overpass, was impacted by an overheight vehicle, causing damage to the structure. Police were on the scene as debris was cleaned up from the impact. This is the third Saskatoon overpass hit in the past 3 weeks. First one, March 5th, highways 11 and 16, and then on March 11th, it was the 108th Street overpass that was damaged. Now, this one occurred on March 22nd. Hundreds of people gathered at Prairieland Park over the weekend for Saskatoon's annual Homestyles Home Show. More than 200 vendors brought their skills and products to showcase to the public. The Saskatoon Home Builders Association CEO told CTV some of the more popular topics included energy-efficient home features and accessory dwelling units.
So we've been going all since Thursday. We actually have increased the number of booths in this year's show, so we're very, very thrilled with the turnout of the show. We are completely booked and packed, so it's been a really good show that way. And our attendance has been tracking higher than previous years.
Well, this year marked the 44th time the show has been hosted in Saskatoon. All right, Daryl, a wildlife rehabilitation center is now open just outside Regina.
Yeah, 3 years of fundraising in the Regina area. A wildlife rehabilitation center is open at South Haven West. It's about 10 minutes north of the city. The Rehabilitation and Education Center is ready to take in animals in Saskatchewan. They've been around for about 10 years now. It took the center 3 years to gather over $600,000 to construct the building.
We wouldn't want to have a loud crow in with baby animals that are highly stressed. So we took that into consideration by building several different rooms where we can accommodate a lot of different species.
The biggest danger is that with every new generation there's a new normal, and that new normal just kind of erodes the environment to such a degree that it doesn't really matter anymore.
Sullivan started the organization way back in 2004. Megan Lawrence, who you just heard from there, was a volunteer there. She brought it here to Saskatchewan when her husband transferred with the RCMP. Let's get over to the Weather Center and get an early look at our Monday. Kayleen, good morning.
Good morning. Well, today's not so bad. Temperatures right around the average this afternoon. To start your day, though, in Regina, we're still in those minus temps for the time being. -1 right now. A few clouds to start the day. Winds coming in at 13 kilometers per hour. In Saskatoon, -2 right now. Again, waking up to some clouds, and winds right now coming in at 11 kilometers per hour. We're also waking up to some snow on the roads for some places in the province right around Prince Albert, Saskatoon, and through the Parkland region. Areas just north of Estevan as well. Also expecting a little bit more of that snow in the province, but mainly falling in the morning hours for most places there on the screen, right hovering along that eastern border with Manitoba. for the time being. Into the afternoon hours, we see it popping up in some places just east of Prince Albert. Other than that, not a whole lot expected today. Into early morning tomorrow, we see some of that snow falling up north for the early morning. And then we're seeing a larger system moving in from Alberta. It's going to start moving in Tuesday about 5:45 p.m. there. And then into the late evening hours, we see it in areas around Saskatoon, Swift Current, Regina, over through Estevan as well into those overnight hours. By Wednesday morning, still seeing a lot of this impacting the province around Prince Albert, Saskatoon, Yorkton, again, Regina, and down in the south, seeing some of that freezing rain Wednesday morning as well. Today's forecast with the temperatures, again, looking right around the seasonal average for some places, including Saskatoon. 1 degree there, 2 degrees for Yorkton with a mix of sun and cloud, 6 degrees for Swift Current, 6 degrees for Moose Jaw, 5 degrees expected for Regina, and 8 degrees for Weyburn, 7 degrees for Estevan. Down south, those temperatures are above the average for the day today. We are going to be seeing a lot of those positive temperatures today, this week rather, other than Thursday when we do drop down for most places around the province. Tuesday, 7 degrees. Again, not expecting those flurries until later on in the evening hours, continuing on into Wednesday morning with that freezing rain. And then that freezing rain should be clearing up by Wednesday afternoon as we reach 8 degrees. -6 though on Thursday, 5 degrees again by Friday, 4 degrees on Saturday, and 7 degrees by Sunday. In Saskatoon, dropping down to -2 for your Tuesday. Again, those flurries on the way likely later on in the day, continuing on into Wednesday morning, -10. -9 on Thursday, 0 degrees by Friday with that mix of sun and cloud.
Less than 3 weeks ago, Samantha Gross and her husband welcomed their son, Cooper Jean, into the world. But there was a time when they feared this would never happen.
I was absolutely heartbroken and really honestly just stressed about it every single day.
At the age of 28, after years of enduring pain and symptoms being dismissed, Gross was diagnosed with endometriosis. Surgery confirmed it was stage 2 of the disease and gave her relief. But then her focus turned to fertility. She found out endometriosis often makes it harder to get pregnant.
This is all we wanted.
Gross traveled to New York Gynecology Surgery and Endometriosis. The same doctors who did her surgery also guided her through fertility fears.
We have many patients who have undergone surgeries and have successful IVF after surgery, versus before surgery they have multiple failures.
Gross's doctors say chronic inflammation, scar tissue, and impaired egg quality in patients with endometriosis can all make it harder to conceive.
The problem too also is these patients, it takes 7 to 10 years to be diagnosed. Most people really get pregnant between the ages of 25 to 35 or 40. After the age of 35, your fertility starts going down.
But Gross will tell you pregnancy is possible. Fertility treatments help make her dreams of a family a reality.
It's like a love that I've never experienced before.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Health Report, brought to you in part by SEIU West, Saskatchewan's first healthcare union.
In case you missed it, plenty of rattled nerves in Houston, Texas this weekend as a meteor was spotted soaring over the city.
Did y'all see that?
That's a big one.
Yeah, the rock streaming through the sky at more than 56,000 kilometers an hour before breaking up. One chunk roughly the size of a baseball, smashing into a home and landing in a young girl's bedroom.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Oh my word.
That's terrifying.
Things can just fall from the sky at any random point and smash through your bedroom window.
That's Chicken Little.
How do you go to insurance and say, hey, a meteor
Am I covered for this?
came through my window?
No, and they're like, no, it did not.
Show us the video or it never happened.
Yeah. There's the video. Let's get to the question of the day. It is National Puppy Day.
Yeah, so normally we ask for pictures of your dogs, but we decided to change things up. We're asking you today, how did you choose your dog's name? I have met some dogs with some very interesting names. So I think this one's going to be a fun one. Jeremy, did you ever have a dog that you had to name?
I never did. I've never had a pet other than a goldfish. Oh, we had a hamster briefly. No dogs in my house.
My Disco came with Sarah, so I'd have to ask where she got the name from. But my grandma had a dog they named Hero because they were camping, chased a cub up a tree.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
They're like, well, that's Hero. There we go.
All right. Okay. I don't have any dogs right now, but what I want to hear from you, text your name and your answer to 10400. Standard message rates may apply, or you can scan that QR code on your screen. As we go into the break, let's take a live look over the beautiful city of Regina.
Gold and silver are paying the price for surging oil prices. Gold is down for a 9th day as the war in the Middle East spurs a broad sell-off across the markets. Silver tumbled more than 10% at one point, and spot gold plunging as much as 8.8 to just shy of $4,100 an ounce. The metal has shed more than 20% since the war in Iran began and just posted its biggest weekly drop since 1983. Part of the loss can be explained by a dash for cash as the conflict sees investors ditching their relatively liquid assets. Canada will host the first round of in-person negotiations to establish a new multilateral defense bank beginning Monday, further solidifying its role as a leading country in setting up the institution. The bank is meant to provide long-term, low-cost financing for defense projects undertaken by participating countries as states all over the world attempt to increase their defense-related spending and rearm in an increasingly divided world. Those are your morning business headlines. For B&M Bloomberg, I'm Roger Peterson.
The Canadian Army Reserves comprise some 19,000 troops from coast to coast. And this morning, our Mike Siona is focusing on the ones in our province. Mike, what is happening?
Well, we are preparing for the Saskatoon Vimy dinner, and so here we are, standing in front of the big gun, in front of the Hugh Cairns Armory, with Curtis Kipton talking all about this dinner. What is it?
Well, you know what, this is a fundraising dinner that we put on every year for 3 different regiments here in Saskatoon. So we have the 38th Service Battalion, we have the North Saskatchewan Regiment, and then we also have the 38th Corps of Engineers here, based here in Saskatoon. So those are 3 of, there's many other regiments in Saskatoon, but those are the 3 that we're putting this on for. And really it's to raise money for soldiers. So, you know what, if they go out on tour and they come home, we need to be able to do things for these folks. Like, they need to be able to integrate back to their families and do the things that they want. So this is one of the things that we can do. And it's a lot of fun.
Well, for sure it would be, right? And then let's talk about the special guest, because, I mean, this isn't just, you know, you or me standing up here chatting to the crowd.
No, you know what? We're so delighted to have General Hillier coming out, former Chief of the Defense Staff, known as the Big Cod, right? And what a guy. If you get a chance, he's got 2 books out. He's going to come and give us a bit of a talk. And, you know what? These turbulent times that we're in today, what a great time to have somebody like that come out and speak to us and give us kind of the what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he was central during the kind of the height of the Afghan missions here in the Canadian Armed Forces. So it's going to be tremendous. So it's capped at 275 people. That's it. When is it?
Fit.
Yeah.
This building only holds that.
Yeah. And when is the date again?
So it is April the 11th. It's a Saturday. We start at 5 p.m. And, you know what, we're just excited to have people come out and join us. And we have room for people to buy tables, and we have sponsorships available as well.
Fantastic. We'll keep talking about it as the morning continues. But, yeah, should be pretty cool.
All right. True heroes, Mike. Honoring true heroes. Thank you very much. We'll check in with you in a little while.
school day forecast is brought to you by CAA School Safety Patrol, working together to keep our school zone safe. If you're heading out to catch the bus in Regina, -1 to start your day, -2 through Saskatoon. Both cities seeing some cloud cover to start the day with very low wind speeds. By lunchtime in Regina, 4 degrees, cooler through Saskatoon, 0 degrees, but a little bit more of that sunshine there this afternoon. By final bell, both cities at those expected daytime highs. For Regina, that's 5 degrees. For Saskatoon, that's 1 degree. As we go to break, here's a look at those gas prices. In Regina, the common price this morning is $1.62.9. You might find it for as low as $1.44.9. In Saskatoon, the common price has gone up. It's $1.74.9, and you might find it for as low as $1.58.9. In the farm markets this morning, the street price of canola, $6.55.53 per ton. The futures price, $7.31.60 per ton. Amber Durum wheat now at $2.78.59 per ton, and red spring wheat $2.69.34 per ton. The Canadian dollar is up slightly this morning, 72.90 cents US. In about 15 minutes, we'll be checking in with the stars of Sullivan's Crossing. Stay with us.
Tessa, good morning. Welcome to your Monday. It is 6:30. The World Meteorological Organization says the past 11 years have been the hottest since records began in 1850.
When history repeats itself 11 times, it is no longer a coincidence. It's a call to act.
The report says 2024 was the hottest year at about 1.55 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial average. The report is also detailing glacier loss from key sites around the world, with the exceptional losses reported in Iceland and North America. The UN is also warning sea levels are rising as glaciers and sea ice vanishes. National Guard troops are helping search and rescue efforts as Hawaii suffers some of its worst flooding in more than 20 years. The rising waters have forced thousands on Oahu's north shore to seek higher ground, including Hollywood star Jason Momoa.
Family with me. We got out of the North Shore. A lot of people have been asking. Power went off. We're safe for now, but there's a lot of people who aren't, so send all our love.
Dozens of buildings and cars have been washed away by raging waters, and more than 230 people have been rescued. But so far, officials have not recorded any fatalities. Quebec's controversial secularism law is before the highest court today.
We're calling upon the courts to act as the country's conscience, to remind Parliament and to remind the provincial legislatures that the Charter of Rights matters.
The Supreme Court has set aside 4 days for hearings into Bill 21. Adopted in 2019, the legislation prevents public sector workers from wearing religious symbols like headscarves in the workplace. The High Court will listen to arguments on legislation and the Quebec government's preemptive use of the notwithstanding clause to shield it from violation challenges. In the past weekend, 600 performances took place from Ukrainian dancers in Regina. Here's Sierra D'Souza Butts.
A trio of young men are paying tribute to those fighting in Ukraine through a performance called Shoulder to Shoulder Boys.
Just standing shoulder to shoulder like brothers, you know, like how all the men in Ukraine are fighting in the war right now.
We just want to make people aware all the power and courage that all the Ukrainian soldiers have, and we want to just embody that in our dance.
Dancers are showing their solidarity for those affected by the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine at the annual Tavria Ukrainian Dance Festival in Regina, aiming to celebrate the Ukrainian culture while bringing people from across the prairies together.
My favorite competition of the year. Everyone here is just awesome. So nice.
The festival has been going strong for 34 years, allowing dancers to showcase cultural expression of Ukrainian roots.
And what we do is we celebrate Ukrainian dance and culture, and we bring in people from all over the prairies, and they come and we celebrate dance and have a great time, have a big party basically, and then we give away some medals in the meantime.
780 dancers are delivering 600 performances this year, marking the biggest turnout for the festival post-pandemic.
Our dances are based on region and always have a bit more of a traditional base, so you'll notice the traditional costumes and such, which incidentally, a lot of the Tavria costumes, all of the Tavria costumes come directly from Ukraine.
The event also assists as a fundraiser, raising money to help families in Ukraine.
Slava Ukraini! Heroям slava!
Sierra D'Souza Butts, CTV News, Regina.
The Saskatoon Blades honored 3 legends over the weekend. Hallie Mandrick reports.
The Saskatoon Blades hosted the first ever Legends Night in franchise history, with some big names in attendance for the inaugural Blades Hall of Fame inductions.
I was just dumbfounded. I felt like it was such an honor. And so I don't know what the criteria is, and I don't know what the who's on the board. I do know that I'm grateful.
It was an emotional night as different generations of the Blades community came together to celebrate the 3 inductees. Kelly Chase and Mark Watton were honored for their impact on the franchise in the 80s and early 90s before they each went on to play in the NHL. The event also recognized an off-ice legend. Associate General Manager Steve Hildebrand was inducted after serving the organization for 25 years in a number of roles.
Obviously, yesterday was quite the surprise, and as I said, I was a part of these meetings for Kelly and Mark, and then I guess there was other meetings going on at the same time. So, it's a special day, and I'm forever grateful.
The Blades legends each received a coveted gold jacket, which comes along with the accomplishment, and all 3 inductees spoke about how special it was to be surrounded by their Blades family.
Our teammates, we are a brotherhood. Like, we spent a lot of time when we were younger together all the time, and we needed to have each other's back, not just on the ice, but off the ice as well. And like you said, probably any teammate that I needed something from, I'd be able to call up right now, and they'd be there to help.
Chase echoed these sentiments while reflecting on how the team has impacted his life.
I mean, we wore our winter coats till June because they had Saskatoon Blades logo on it. So what does the logo mean to me? It's the brotherhood that comes with the logo that we created that I think is most important.
Hallie Mandrick, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Talking hockey, but it's basically softball weather out there.
Yeah, down in the south at least. Up north, we're back to seeing some very cold temperatures. Again, really through the north this morning. Let's take a look at those current temperatures. Stony Rapids at -32 to wake us up. Other areas around Uranium City and Key Lake also seeing some very frigid temperatures this morning. Other than that, though, not so bad. -6 through La Ronge, -3 through Hudson Bay, -2 in Melfort. Down in the south, -1 in East End, -3 in Assiniboia, 0 degrees already for Moose Jaw, and -2 to wake us up in Estevan. Later on in the afternoon, seeing some temperatures right around the seasonal average through central Saskatchewan and warmer than that average down south. 1 degree for Saskatoon, 2 degrees for Yorkton. You do see that snow icon. Mainly that is going to be this morning, pushing away for the later parts of the afternoon. 5 degrees for Regina, 7 degrees in Moose Jaw, 6 degrees for Swift Current this afternoon, and 8 degrees now expected for both Weyburn and Estevan, with more of that sunshine this afternoon. Now, we talked about what's normal. Here's the actual numbers for you. The average in Regina this time of year is 2.3 degrees. And again, today's high 5 degrees. So we're above that. The average in Saskatoon is 1.4. So we're right on that essentially at 1 degree expected this afternoon. Last year on this day, Regina reached 3.4 degrees. We are expecting to be just a little bit warmer in Regina. 3 degrees in Saskatoon last year, so just below that again this year. The record back in 1910 for both cities. For Regina, that was 24.4, and for Saskatoon, that record is 22.8. We aren't seeing the winds going up all too much for the majority of the province today. You do see that yellow color with just a little bit of red popping up between Prince Albert and Yorkton through the afternoon hours. Again, though, it's not really going to be impacting most areas in the province. 5-day forecast showing some really nice temperatures, but we do see some precipitation on the way for Regina. Mainly that's coming in the form of snow starting late in the day tomorrow. The afternoon is going to be a mix of sun and clouds. 7 degrees though. That snow is going to continue on through the night and transform into some freezing rain by morning for Regina, pushing away for the afternoon. We see the temperatures really dropping through the south on Thursday, -6 with that cloud cover, and then up to 5 degrees by Friday. In Saskatoon, seeing that snow coming through again late in the day tomorrow, -2 in the afternoon, dropping down to -10 on Wednesday. The snow tapering off in the afternoon hours. All right, it's time for your Monday morning whether or not play along at home. Your question today is, what is black rain? Is it muddy rain, oil that sprays from an oil well, rain associated with a tornado, toxic rain, or a rock song?
It seems like it'd be a great rock song. First off,
I know for a fact it's a rock. It is a rock song.
Okay, so then E is right.
This is a weather segment. So I'm going to say, I think it's also, you could call B that, but I'm going to say, I don't know, I've never heard this term. Muddy rain. We'll go with muddy rain.
I'm stumping you.
I'm going to go, well, if you say it's definitely a rock song, then it's got to be, I'm going to say E, but C and E. I'm going to go C and D.
The correct answer is
sucked up dirt.
D and E. Black rain is a form of toxic, dark-colored precipitation that occurs when water droplets in the atmosphere mix with pollutants like soot, ash, and hydrocarbons. It commonly results from smoke plumes caused by burning oil fields, wildfires, or industrial fires, causing dangerous, oily rain to fall down. Black Rain, of course, is also a song and album of the same title, released in 2007 by Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
And that's your Monday morning whether or not. Stumped you both this time.
Hello, Laura Dyken here inside the SportsCenter newsroom with your must-see moment from Sunday. For that, let's head to second-round action of March Madness, where number 5 St. John's was taking on number 4 Kansas. Tied in the dying seconds, Dylan Darling takes the inbound pass and calls game, beating the buzzer. The Johnnies take down the Jayhawks to advance to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 1999. They're partying like it's 1999, and believe it or not, those were Darling's only points in the ball game, big enough to earn your must-see moment from Sunday. And the madness doesn't stop there. We've got a full day of coverage of the women's second round coming your way, starting at noon Eastern across the TSN network. That does it for us here inside the TSN newsroom. Have a great rest of the day.
What I said about staying here with you, I meant that. Cal and I were finally in a good place before Liam showed up.
It's hard to focus on the present when you're still looking at the past.
Haven't you ever made a mistake you wanted to forget about?
Would have thought you'd mentioned being married before.
Season 3 was CTV's most watched Canadian drama, and now the hit series Sullivan's Crossing is back for Season 4. Morgan Cohan stars as Maggie Sullivan and Chad Michael Murray as Cal Jones. Both of them join us now. It's great to have both of you back on the program. Thank you for your time.
It's so nice to be here.
Thanks for having us back.
So it's hard to believe, but we're already at Season 4. Not only has the show been a smashing success here on CTV, but it's also been a consistent top 20 series on Crave. It debuted at number 3 on Netflix's top 10 list, and it remained there for 3 weeks. So it's safe to say people love the show. Morgan, what has this been like for you watching the show take on a life of its own?
It's been so beautiful. It's been such a dream. I mean, from the beginning, I think it's had such a strong fan base, people really connecting with the show, and then to see it kind of grow over these years has just been an actual dream come true. It's been amazing.
I think you're right there when you say people are connecting to the show, because that's what we see over and over being said online. And speaking of connections, Chad, this isn't your first role that people have been connecting to. You played so many iconic characters, Austin Ames, Jake Austin, my personal favorite, Tristan Dugray. But something about your portrayal of Cal, it just feels so fresh and authentic. What do you love about this character, and how does this character grow in Season 4?
I just love Cal's grounded approach. I think, you know, when you go through turmoil in life, right, you have choices to make. Who do you want to be moving forward? And I think that was what I always wanted to think about for Cal, is who do you want to be moving forward? You want to be the best version of yourself due to tragedy and due to all the circumstances you went through. And we find him on the other side just trying to be the best man and live the best life he can be, that's peaceful, free, happy, and full of love. And then Liam showed up, and at the end of season 3. And so now here we are, and there's going to be a bit of drama.
Yeah, Liam showing up. I don't want to give too many spoilers if people haven't watched yet, but now would be the time to start because things get a little bit spicy. All right, Morgan, I have to ask you about what the fans are talking about online, and that's the departure of your on-screen dad, Scott Patterson, as Sullivan. Is this going to change the show, or is it still going to be delivering those cozy, warm family vibes that we've all come to know and love about this show?
We absolutely still deliver the cozy, warm family vibes, 100%. Sullivan is such a part of the show, the crossing, the bones of it. So that's not going away anytime soon. He's very much still a part of the crossing within these characters' lives. But it does give us, it has given room for we have new characters and new additions this season, which I'm so excited for the audience to meet and fall in love with.
Let's move on to Chad. There, last time we spoke, you were talking about those warm and family cozy vibes in the sense of talking about living in Halifax for taping, and your family's love for the area. Has shooting season 4 allowed that love to continue growing, and what's your favorite part?
Oh my gosh, without a doubt, we love it. I think the most fascinating part of walking into season 4 was the moment we got off the plane and we smelled the air and we put our bags down. It was just such a breath of fresh air. We literally felt so at home. It really told us a lot about what our experience has really been. It's been surreal and beautiful, and we've got so many great friendships that'll be lifetime friendships. We've got friends in Halifax that will be lifetime family friends. You know, our kids have core memories there now, and season 4 just continued to instill those. We did take home a provincial championship. Got to throw that in there. A little Dartmouth Destroyer shout out. My son's football team. It's been incredibly epic, and we love every minute of being there and look forward to, God willing, getting back.
Absolutely. All right, and congratulations to your son. That's exciting news. Sullivan's Crossing Season 4 premiered March 22nd on CTV, is now streaming on Crave. Go check it out.
All right, let's check in with Janelle Lippi, who is spending her morning at the YWCA's second-hand store. Janelle, good morning.
Hi, Jeremy. Good morning. That's right. A really fun day here ahead of us. And I've got Alexis, the Senior Director of Operations, here with me. Now, Alexis, we're talking all about Encore today, the importance of it to the YWCA, because it's a huge initiative. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, we have 3 enterprises. They're social enterprises with a focus as well on social impact. The Encores at 12th are a coffee shop and a secondhand clothing store. And on 8th Avenue, we have a furniture store. All of them service the public. Anyone can shop there, which we invite you in. We invite you to come spend money, see what we have. We also invite you to donate. The coffee shop is our truly only social enterprise that is just about some revenue generation and diversification of funds for the YWCA. But it's 3 incredible ways to support the YWCA further.
Absolutely, it is. Tell me a little bit about how this impacts the community. Such a great, something like Encore, where things are so accessible. How does that impact?
Well, we take donations from the general public, and that is the whole store is inventoried from donations, which means our costs stay down. We depend on a ton of volunteer help. So the costs in this store stay very low, but it allows us to provide items to anyone who's identifying as in need or in a vulnerable state.
Incredible. All right, if somebody's watching, maybe is interested in donating or even coming to the cafe and trying things out, how can they do that?
We are located at 2817 12th Avenue, and we take in-season clothes without any kind of real damage or sense to them, and those can come into the front door, or if you have a really big one, a big donation to drop off, we have a back door where you can call and we'll meet you back there and help you unload.
Awesome, Alexis. Thank you so much. Once again, that is down at the YWCA. There are a couple locations here in Regina where you can check things out. For more information, you can go to that link popping up there on your screen.
Wonderful. Janelle, thank you very much. We will see you again in a little while.
It's March 23rd, and we have just one milestone to share with you today. A great big happy birthday going out to great-grandpa Walter. Here he is holding 3-month-old Herschel Walter. We hope you have a wonderful birthday. Lots of love from your family and friends. Enjoy your special day.
Milestones, brought to you by Harbor Landing Village, an award-winning senior care and living community in Regina.
If you have a milestone coming up, send us an email to yourmorningsaskatchewan@ctv.ca or simply scan that QR code on your screen. Please send those in at least one day in advance.
Oh, you're there, and you're not in a Capitals jersey. I would have thought that this was a national day of celebration for you.
They lost in overtime yesterday. It's like Ovi got his 1,000th goal, but still, it was in a losing effort. So, you know, it celebrated quietly yesterday. I did have all Capitals gear on at that point. Today, I'm celebrating some taste testing that we're doing later on in the show. On Friday, we were talking about this, the old churn and burn runner butter. This is a new trend where runners will actually put heavy cream into a backpack, and they'll go and clip out some kilometers and to see if they can actually turn that heavy cream into butter. So Friday after the show, did that, and 10 kilometers later, look at this. This was cream that was in the backpack while I was running down Albert Street here. And now we have some butter. So it's been refrigerated for the weekend. We're going to give it the old college try after the show here. It smells good. It looks decent, too. I hope that we can't taste the sweat that actually went into it. But runner's butter, it works. 10 kilometers later. Probably would have been easier just to walk to the grocery store across the street. But, hey, we did it.
I'm not an astronaut.
If you don't go, you die. With the rest of us.
Project Hail Mary launched to the top of the weekend box office, taking in $80.5 million. It's the biggest opening ever for Amazon's MGM Studios. The sci-fi drama stars Ryan Gosling as a science teacher who wakes up light years from Earth and sets out on a mission to save the planet.
You want to live here, you better learn pond rules.
What are pond rules?
Oh, I am clearing the rest of the day.
Bouncing into second place was Disney and Pixar's Hoppers. The animated film took in $5.4 million domestically and has grossed more than $168 million worldwide. Disney is the parent company of ABC News. A heartfelt essay from Amanda Peet over the weekend. The 54-year-old actress writing in The New Yorker, she was diagnosed with breast cancer last fall. She says she got the news while also dealing with her parents who were both dying in hospice care. Pete says her diagnosis is treatable. And the star of TV's Felicity and the Americans turns 49 today. Happy birthday to Carrie Russell. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News.
All right, Jeremy, get us going.
Okay, so spring has officially started, and we're hoping to do what this guy's doing soon.
You enjoying the sun this morning?
What is that?
Look at this lemur. The sun lemur enjoying the rays as part of his morning routine. I actually did something very similar to this yesterday afternoon. I hit the perfect time. It was perfect, nice, and then I went out about an hour later. It was gone.
Just
so, yeah.
Shirt off in the front yard, showing the neighbors.
Well, maybe not quite.
What they could aspire to be. We're back after this.
Yeah.
I want one of those. It's Monday, March 23rd.
We went down for a regular landing. We came in pretty hard. We immediately hit something, and it was just chaos from there.
A crash at New York's LaGuardia Airport has left 2 Air Canada pilots dead and several others injured.
This crisis, as things stand now, 2 oil crashes and 1 gas crash put all together.
New warnings about a global energy crisis as the clock ticks on a deadline for Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Ukrainian dancers across Saskatchewan and Alberta strutting their stuff at the university this weekend. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Daryl.
And I'm Kayleen. Good morning and happy Monday.
We, like a lot of parents, are breathing a sigh of that post-sports relief today. We finished soccer over the weekend. Shout out to my U4 Dinos. And we finished hockey, finally.
Well, congratulations. I still have, I think, 1 or 2 more dance classes with my 1-year-old before that season ends. And she does not listen. I'm considering just abandoning the class.
Free-range dancing?
Yeah, no, you know, there's only so many times I can say, like, don't hang from the ballet bar.
This seems like a reality show. We should check in on this one. I know half the parents that are in our hockey were like, oh yeah, we got 2 weeks and then spring hockey. No thank you. 7:01, let's get to news. We begin with breaking news from New York this morning. 2 Air Canada pilots are dead, dozens others injured after an Air Canada Express flight struck a rescue vehicle on the runway at LaGuardia Airport.
Sadly, the 2 pilots are confirmed deceased, and notifications are being made by Air Canada's care team at this time.
39 people on the plane that was carrying 76 people and 2 firefighters in the rescue vehicle taken to the hospital after the crash that happened just before midnight. Air traffic control audio has been released, capturing some of the panic in the moments before the deadly collision. The firefighting truck was responding to a separate incident when it was hit by the passenger jet as it was landing.
One company, LaGuardia Tower, crossing across 4 at Delta. Truck 1 company, cross 4 at Delta. Truck 1 and company, 4 at Delta. Frontier 4195, just stop there, please. Stop, truck 1, stop. Stop, truck 1, stop. Stop, truck 1, stop. Del 2603, go around, runway heading 2000. 646. 646, I see you collide with vehicle in the pole position. I know you can't move.
Passengers who were on board the Air Canada Express flight recounted the panic that followed the collision.
Fear. I mean, it was pretty shocking. I didn't know what to expect. We were honestly sleeping and then landing, and then all of a sudden, boom, woke up in shock. Just didn't know what to do.
One of our friends was several rows back from us, and we walked past him on the way out because he was trying to find his glasses, and his nose was totally broken, bleeding on his face. A lot of people smacked their head against the seat in front of them.
Came in pretty hard. We immediately hit something, and it was just chaos in there. About 5 seconds later, we had come to a stop. But in that short period, I mean, everybody was hunkered down and everybody was screaming. Pretty quickly, we didn't have any directions because the pilot's cabin had been kind of destroyed. So somebody said, let's get the emergency exit and get the door, and let's all jump out. And that's exactly what we did.
Now, LaGuardia Airport is expected to remain closed until at least 2 p.m. That closure is having an impact at other airports in the United States and Canada, including Toronto's Pearson International. Let's talk about overpasses once again, Jeremy Dodge.
Yes, Daryl, it has happened again. Traffic down to 1 lane, heading north on Circle Drive after another 2-tall load hit a Saskatoon overpass. Happened yesterday afternoon. City says the Canadian Pacific Kansas City Rail and Pedestrian Overpass, that's the one south of the Attridge Drive overpass, was impacted by an overheight vehicle causing damage to the structure. And now you can see police were on scene as debris was cleaned up from the impact. This is the 3rd Saskatoon overpass hit in the past 3 weeks. First one was March 5th, highways 11 and 16. Then on March 11th, it was the 108th Street overpass that was damaged. Now this one occurred on March 22nd. Hundreds of people gathered at Prairieland Park over the weekend for Saskatoon's annual Homestyles show. More than 200 vendors brought their skills and products to showcase to the public. A Saskatoon Home Builders Association CEO told CTV some of the more popular topics included energy-efficient home features and accessory dwelling units.
So we've been going all since Thursday. We actually have increased the number of booths in this year's show, so we're very, very thrilled with the turnout of the show. We are completely booked and packed, so it's been a really good show that way. And our attendance has been tracking higher than previous years.
This year marked the 44th time the show has been hosted in Saskatoon. Daryl, wildlife workers and volunteers in Regina have a little more room to work going forward.
That's right. Thanks to a new location now open just outside the city. Damian Smith reports.
There's been some highs and lows, certainly.
After 3 years of fundraising $600,000, a wildlife rehabilitation center will now be open just outside of Regina. The new building holds 6 different rooms separating birds, mammals, amphibians, and reptiles.
We wouldn't want to have a loud crow in with baby animals that are highly stressed. So we took that into consideration by building several different rooms where we can accommodate a lot of different species.
With move-in days set to place around the end of March, it's a much bigger location than the last one to heal the wildlife.
And it worked for a short time, but quickly we outgrew it, and the infrastructure started failing. We realized we need a much larger space. We need more land for the animals.
Located 10 minutes north of Regina, this building is over 2,500 square feet. Their last location was in a basement at 600 square feet. This is the second branch, a part of Salthaven in Canada, with the other being in Strathroy, Ontario. With about 80 education programs at the Strathroy location, the one in Regina looks to do the same to keep citizens aware on what to do with products that can be harmful to animals.
Taking those little yogurt cups and cutting one side of them and cleaning them out really well so that raccoons and skunks don't get their heads caught in them and wander around in traffic and get killed.
According to Salthaven, common Saskatchewan animals brought in are baby birds, squirrels, and white-tailed jackrabbits. Whether it's in Ontario or Saskatchewan, volunteers are happy to take them in.
The biggest danger is that with every new generation there's a new normal. And that new normal just kind of erodes the environment to such a degree that it doesn't really matter anymore.
So you can say nature take its course, but when it's not really nature, we're here to help them and we're happy to take in the animals.
Damien Smith, CTV News, Regina.
All right, so now we turn things over to the forecast. What do we got in store for us?
Well, we have quite the difference up north today compared to temperatures down south to wake us up. The cold spot in the province right now is shared between Uranium City and Stony Rapids, both at -32 to start the day. The warmest spot in the province is Moose Jaw, waking up to 0 degrees right now. Now, in Regina to wake us up, we're not far off from that hot spot temperature, -2 calm winds with just a few clouds right now to start the day. In Saskatoon, also seeing -2 with a few clouds and winds coming in at 11 kilometers per hour. Seeing a little bit more sunshine out there, though, than the last time we looked outside. So improvements are being made. Radar and satellite showing that we did see some precipitation overnight. So we are going to be seeing some partially covered roads this morning. Highway Hotline not showing a lot of issues out there, but just keep this in mind as you're heading out the door. Also seeing some more of that precipitation later on into the afternoon, but most of that from last night's system is pushing off into Manitoba as we speak. We're just seeing that last little bit right along Saskatchewan's eastern border there. Still seeing a few flurries this afternoon in areas just east of Prince Albert, but it's not going to be a whole lot in terms of the accumulation of the snow. Into tomorrow morning, we see some more snow moving in from northern Alberta, impacting areas around Prince Albert and farther north than Prince Albert. And then we're talking about quite a large system that's going to be starting Tuesday afternoon and into the evening hours, mainly starting to impact areas around Swift Current there with those flurries right along the border with the United States. We'll be seeing some of that rain. And then again, the system is going to be growing quite a bit, bringing some flurries through to Wednesday morning around Prince Albert, Saskatoon, Regina, Yorkton, and down through Estevan with some of that freezing rain. Again, that is on Wednesday morning. Today's forecast looking right around the seasonal average for central Saskatchewan, 0 degrees in the Battlefords, 1 degree for Saskatoon, and 2 degrees for Yorkton. Down in the south, we're talking about temperatures a bit higher than that seasonal average, not by much, but still a warm day. 6 degrees in Swift Current, 7 degrees for Moose Jaw, 5 degrees for Regina, and 8 degrees for Weyburn and Estevan. We talked about that precipitation on the way again, starting late in the day tomorrow for Regina, but the afternoon, 7 degrees, 8 degrees on Wednesday, dropping down to -6 on Thursday with that cloud cover, and then back up into those positive temperatures for your weekend. In Saskatoon, with those flurries on the way late tomorrow, we'll be looking at an afternoon high of -2, dropping down to -10 on Wednesday and -9 on Thursday. 0 degrees by Friday, -1 on Saturday, and up to 1 degree for Sunday. Time Time now for a look at your rural forecast. We're seeing a temperature of -3 in Spiritwood this afternoon with a mix of sun and cloud, 1 degree in Watrous, warmer through Outlook 7 degrees, and a few flakes expected in Wynyard, 1 degree. Down in the south, seeing more of those positive temperatures, 9 degrees for Maple Creek, 6 degrees in Rockland, 5 degrees in Pilot Butte, and 7 degrees for Carlisle, Broadview, and Kenora, expecting again just a few flurries. Let's take a look at Siemens, where internet plans up to 1 gig are available from Saskatoon. Mainly sunny this afternoon. 1 degree and winds coming in up to 25 kilometers per hour.
Hello, Laura Dykin here inside the SportsCenter newsroom with your must-see moment from Sunday. For that, let's head to second round action of March Madness, where number 5 St. John's was taking on number 4 Kansas. Tied in the dying seconds, Dylan Darling takes the inbound pass and calls game, beating the buzzer. The Johnnies take down the Jayhawks to advance to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 1999. They're partying like it's 1999, and believe it or not, those were Darling's only points in the ball game. Big enough to earn your must-see moment from Sunday. And the madness doesn't stop there. We've got a full day of coverage of the women's second round coming your way, starting at noon Eastern across the TSN network. That does it for us here inside the TSN newsroom. Have a great rest of the day.
What's trending online? Here's a question for you. Who is this? Well, it's apparently a wax figure. Where is he? Of Kevin Hart.
No.
Or is it? Now he's demanding it be redone. He took to social media after many others did, questioning this figure and the lack of likeness to the comedian. Hart wrote, "What did I do to these people? This is an attack." And went on to say, "At this point, these museums are just trying to make me cry."
Okay, when you first showed it up on screen, I said, no, it doesn't look like him. Kind of zooming in, like from this angle here, that kind of looks like Kevin Hart.
They messed it up,
accepting
forehead up, I think, is...
Man,
usually
you get the honor, you get the call. Hey, we're putting you in the wax museum, and then you just hope you get the talent to get your project. Boy,
doesn't he kind of look like The Weeknd?
No.
That kind of looked more like The Weeknd to me.
I don't think
he does.
I don't know. I just think redo it.
Just ungood.
Redo
it's just ungood. Question of the day is where we go to next. National Puppy Day.
Yeah, so we're asking you, how did you choose your dog's name? I know quite a few people who have some very creative pet names. So a few answers on the big board this morning. We had Kevin saying 2 dogs, Luxor and Aria, my 2 favorite hotels in Las Vegas.
That's not why I chose Aria for my daughter's name.
Why? You're not spending a lot of time in Vegas, Daryl?
Not at that hotel, apparently.
A few stories there. Not sure what Kevin will do if they get another dog. Sherry saying, I named my dog Gabby after a character on my favorite soap opera.
Can't wait to meet Kevin's new dog, Caesar's Palace.
Caesar, that's a cute one. We had this one, funny. We named our dog Ask Him.
Yep.
Funny to watch.
I've been saying this for years.
Yeah, if someone asks, what's your dog's name? We say, ask him.
What's your name, puppy?
And then they do it, yeah. Lori saying, my youngest golden retriever's name is Kenji. He was born on his breeder's husband's birthday. Unfortunately, her husband passed away the following day. As his name was Ken, I wanted to pay tribute to him by incorporating his name into my puppy's name, hence Kenji.
Well, that's very nice.
Yeah, that's a cute story. Yeah, I mean, unfortunate, but also a nice, touching tribute. Tanya saying Zeus was kind of an oops. We got him. We decided on Zeke. My husband was having issues remembering that name and kept calling him Zeus. And it was kind of just stuck. Moxie, their other dog from a video game.
I like that Tanya's a poet and she didn't know it. Zeus was an oops.
Yeah. And Tarina saying, when I was pregnant, my family was giving me name suggestions. My little brother picked out the name Jessie James. I loved the name, but I had 2 girls. My first 4-legged baby was a boy, so I named him Jesse James.
Gonna shoot you down, Jesse James, just like Cher. We're back right after this. There's the QR code if you want to answer and play along.
All right, let's head back out on the go now and check in with Mike Siona, who is getting set to honor our troops. Mike.
Yeah, thank you very much. We move now down to the Vimy Memorial on the riverbank here in the South Saskatchewan River with Curtis Kipton. And what a perfect place for us to be talking about the Saskatoon Vimy dinner.
Oh, it is. You know what? It's a wonderful place. And built in 1937 for one of the biggest wars of Canada's history. So what a great spot. But Vimy dinner is coming up April 11th. We are looking for a great time and a lot of traditions that will be happening that night. So it's not your normal rubber chicken dinner. It's going to be on the parade square at Hugh Cairns Memorial, or at the Armory on Idlewild, and you get to be right in the midst of it. So it's going to be a fabulous night down there.
No doubt. Obviously, Vimy Ridge, one of the most profound Canadian military battles in the history of this nation. And so marking that and then marking our reservists in this day and age.
Absolutely. And you know what? We're so blessed to have these reservists that want to come out and really defend Canada and be a part of not only our Canadian forces, but they're a part of our community right here in our own town. And really, that's what this dinner is. It's a way that people can come out and support them and show that, you know what, they mean a great deal to us.
No doubt. Now, there are only 275 seats available. I know a lot of them are gone already, so people got to act fast. And also an opportunity for some sponsorship. You mentioned community, and great support already from our community.
Well, you know what? We can't thank Encore Group enough for being our title sponsor, and the Kinsman Club bringing in General Rick Hillier. What a speaker. So thanks to them. And we're still looking for sponsors and table support. So if you want to get a table and come out and show your support for the troops, please do. That'd be fabulous.
All right. Fantastic. Thanks very much, Curtis.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. We will check back in with you in just a little while.
Gold and silver are paying the price for surging oil prices. Gold is down for a ninth day as the war in the Middle East spurs a broad sell-off across the markets. Silver tumbled more than 10% at one point, and spot gold plunging as much as 8.8 to just shy of $4,100 an ounce. The metal has shed more than 20% since the war in Iran began and just posted its biggest weekly drop since 1983. Part of the loss can be explained by a dash for cash as the conflict sees investors ditching their relatively liquid assets. Canada will host the first round of in-person negotiations to establish a new multilateral defense bank beginning Monday, further solidifying its role as a leading country in setting up the institution. The bank is meant to provide long-term, low-cost financing for defense projects undertaken by participating countries as states all over the world attempt to increase their defense-related spending and rearm in an increasingly divided world. Those are your morning business headlines. For B&M Bloomberg, I'm Roger Peterson.
5 years ago this week, the cargo ship named Evergiven got stuck in the middle of the Suez Canal. The ship stayed stuck for 6 days, stalling roughly $60 billion in global trade before it was refloated and towed away. But what you probably remember most about this incident are the memes. Coming hot on the heels of the pandemic, the Evergiven became a symbol of what we felt like that we were dealing with on any given day in 2021.
Time for our Monday morning mystery. We've had our whiteboards ready, our markers primed. Time for our 3 clues. You can play along at home. Here's clue number 1. Held annually on March 23rd, this day highlights weather patterns and climate research. That's not going to give it away. The 2026 theme is Observing Today, Protecting Tomorrow. Recognizes the vital work of meteorologists, observers, and scientists in gathering data to enhance public safety.
What?
Okay. Held annually on March 23rd. Other patterns.
I have no clue.
It's not Earth Day today, is it?
No, I was going to say Earth Day was also my guess, and then I was like, no, that's in April. So
let's
yeah,
write
that's
this.
what I was thinking too.
Let's write Climate Day. Let's write Climate Day.
As the person that should know this, I don't know this one.
Okay, well, this is not going well. World Meteorological Day.
I didn't know that was an actual day.
There's a national day for everything.
Sure.
Look at us go. 0 for 3, big strikeout.
Studio consideration provided by Father's Furniture, specializing in quality Canadian-made furniture.
Your school day forecast is brought to you by CAA School Safety Patrol, working together to keep our school zone safe. If you're heading out to catch the bus in either Regina or Saskatoon, in both cities, we're at -2 right now with some cloud cover to start the day. The sun just starting to poke through those clouds, but the sunshine will be increasing by our lunchtime hour. In Saskatoon, we'll be sitting at 0 degrees at that time, 4 degrees through Regina for your lunchtime hour. Both cities could be seeing winds up to 30 kilometers per hour at that time. By final bell in Regina, 5 degrees, and cooler through Saskatoon, 1 degree this afternoon. As we go to break, here's a look at those gas prices in Regina. The common price, $162.9. You might find it for as low as $144.9. In Saskatoon, common price, $174.9. You might find it for as low as $158.9. In the farm markets this morning, the street price of canola, $655.53 per ton. The futures price, $731.60 per ton. Amber durum wheat now at $278.59 per ton, and red spring wheat, $269.34 per ton. And the Canadian dollar is trading up this morning, 72.90 cents US. After the break, the Saskatoon Blades honored some legends over the weekend. Details when we come back.
Welcome back to the program. We begin with Regina fire crews on scene of an early morning apartment fire. Crews on scene of the corner of Victoria Avenue and 1900 block of Halifax Street just after 6 a.m. No word yet on the cause or any injuries. We'll have more details as they become available. As the war in the Middle East enters its 4th week, the U.S. president has extended a deadline for Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, saying this morning the U.S. will hold off on bombing Iran's nuclear power plants for 5 days. Nicole D'Antonio reports.
This morning, the clock is ticking down to a new deadline in the Middle East. President Trump announcing this morning that he's giving Iran more time, an additional 5 days to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, a critical shipping lane for global oil supplies. Or he says the U.S. will obliterate Iran's power plants. But Iran defiant, threatening to respond by hitting water and energy sites across the Middle East.
The danger with attacking infrastructure is that your infrastructure can be hit in return. So in the Gulf states, not only is it the oil and gas, which is the lifeblood of those countries, but it's the desalination plants. It's where they get their water. They're known targets, and they're not hard for the Iranians to hit.
Analysts warn today is the day average gas prices in the U.S. could top $4 per gallon. The average was below $3 before the war. These states across the South and Southwest are seeing some of the steepest increases at the pump.
The gas prices are ridiculous. You know, you have a lot of people who are out here really surviving, and groceries are high. Now the gas prices are increasing.
Meanwhile, Iran again targeting Israel, a ballistic missile slamming into the city of Dimona, and a second Iranian strike in the nearby city of Arad, both near an Israeli nuclear research center, both hitting residential neighborhoods, injuring dozens.
Look at the way the blast ripped away the facade of that building. The missile hit here, right in amongst these residential blocks. We're told dozens of people, families were inside at the time. This could have been much worse.
Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
4 ambulances belonging to a Jewish charity were set on fire in London. The London Fire says no one was hurt, but there is damage to nearby apartments. Police are treating the incident as an anti-Semitic hate crime. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has condemned the attack, calling it deeply shocking and horrific. The UK government will lend replacement ambulances to charity. It will also pay to replace the fleet. Sections of the Icefields Parkway in Alberta closed because because of avalanches. The avalanches were set off intentionally by Parks Canada as part of its control efforts. The cleanup is still happening. This means the stretch of highway between Lake Louise and Jasper is closed until further notice if that's part of your vacation plan. The World Meteorological Organization says the past 11 years have been the hottest on record since 1850.
When history repeats itself 11 times, it is no longer a coincidence. It's a call to act.
50s when they started keeping records. The report says 2024 was the hottest year at 1.55 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial average. The report also detailing glacier loss from key sites around the world, with the exceptional losses happening in Iceland and North America. The UN is also warning sea levels are rising as glaciers and sea ice vanishes. Hawaii's National Guard is helping with recovery after flooding on the island of Oahu. This was some of the worst flooding in the state in 20 years. More than 230 people had to be rescued, but officials say there have been no reports of anyone dying. Rain fell on top of ground already wet from downpours a week ago. Hawaii's governors say the two storms have caused more than $1 billion in damage. Cuba's electrical grid coming back online this morning after another nationwide power outage. More than 10 million people have lost power to their homes and businesses. The country's grid operator is prioritizing rather vital centers like hospitals, water treatment centers. It's not clear how talks on ending the crisis between the U.S. and Cuba are progressing. A Canadian dream to send the country's first rover to the moon has been canned. The Canadian Space Agency says it's canceled its lunar rover mission as part of the Prime Minister's comprehensive spending review. Garrett Berry reports.
Young,
going into space and discovering stuff. To see what it's like to be on it.
and older.
The moon is important. The moon's a big resource.
There's something about a space mission that simply excites.
We're in a full universe, and we can't be really the only thing that's alive out there.
But when hope hits fiscal reality,
horrible housing market, horrible job market, goods are getting way too expensive.
Each year it just gets more and more expensive.
tough decisions are sure to follow. So the Canadian Space Agency has now canned its plan to send a first ever Canadian-built rover to the moon's south pole, part of cost-cutting measures estimated to save $33 million over the next 3 years. The rover would have searched for ice on the moon's surface as part of a 14-day mission in the same area where NASA hopes to send astronauts aboard Artemis 4 in a few years' time.
This was going to be really exciting, and it's sad that it's going away. On the other hand, I'm wary of the fact that science and scientists have to walk a line with the public.
Because as Ottawa is pulling back here, it is spending on space exploration elsewhere. $200 million was promised last week to lease a space launch pad in Nova Scotia for 10 years. Riskin says it's become important to show that researchers are spending wisely and prudently as the economy sputters.
The people are having trouble paying for gas and paying for groceries. I think it's really important for the Canadian space science community to meet that moment.
He said it's a matter of credibility, and this next generation of Canadians agree.
We got pretty far. There is some we didn't explore, but we could hold off for a bit.
I feel like spending the money back at home would be more beneficial because we don't know our own planet well enough.
Garrett Berry, CTV News, St. John's.
A meteor was spotted soaring over a city. Now the meteor seen streaking over the sky of Texas over the weekend. Laura Spencer reports.
This morning, a different kind of fastball stealing the show at a Texas Little League game. This bright object is a meteor. Dashcam footage capturing the fiery meteor as it lit up the Texas sky on Saturday. Whoa. According to NASA, the 3-foot wide, 1-ton space rock traveled into the atmosphere, traveling at 35,000 miles per hour before disintegrating north of Houston.
Welfare check. Purpose is something falling through a 40's roof, through the attic and falling into a 40's daughter's room. Looks like a large rock.
That rock plummeting through the roof of Sherry James' 2-story home.
There's a hole in the ceiling, a big dent in the floor, and there's a big rock on the floor. And it just scared me to death.
Sherry hopes to keep the fragment after she authenticates it with NASA.
There will be more meteorite falls over time. And if you are lucky enough to see one like the one that just happened, that's pretty cool.
Ukrainian dance took over the Queen City this weekend. There were some 600 performances over the weekend showcasing different styles of Ukrainian dance and bringing people together. Saskatoon Blades brought some people together, some legends over the weekend with some of the big names in attendance over the weekend. The emotional night for different generations of Blades players. Kelly Chase, Mark Watton were commended for their impact on the franchise in the 80s and early 90s before they went on to see some success at the National Hockey League level. The event also recognized some off-ice legends, including Associate General Manager Steve Hildebrand, who was inducted after serving the organization for 25 years in a number of roles. Let's get over to the Weather Center. Serving as our chief weather person is Caitlin Swansky. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, we're talking about some hot and cold spots in the province to start the day. Rosetown and Moose Jaw has both cities just been duking it out this morning, trying to be Saskatchewan's hotspot. Rosetown and Moose Jaw both right around that 0-degree mark. Stony Rapids and Uranium City have been both fighting to be the cold spot. Minus 35.4 right now to wake us up in Stony Rapids, though. The Canadian hotspot is Sandheads, BC. That is 5.9 degrees to start the day. And the Canadian cold spot, of course, Northwest Territories, minus 45.1. Let's take a closer look at some of those temperatures, though. We talked about Stony Rapids being the cold spot, but other areas in the north not quite as cold. Buffalo Narrows minus 14, minus 17 in South End right now, and minus 7 in La Ronge, minus 3 in Hudson Bay, and minus 5 in Spiritwood. Down in the south, seeing minus 2 in East End, minus 4 in Assiniboia. We talked about Moose Jaw being around 0 degrees, minus 2 in Weyburn, and minus 3 in Estevan. If you're waking up with us from either Regina or Saskatoon, we're at minus 2 degrees in both cities. Today's forecast looking right around that seasonal average in most places in central Saskatchewan. 1 degree for Saskatoon, 2 degrees in Yorkton, minus 2 in Prince Albert, and 0 degrees in the Battlefords. Down in the south, seeing temperatures slightly above that seasonal average. 5 degrees for Regina, 8 degrees in Weyburn and Estevan, 7 degrees for Moose Jaw, and 6 degrees for Swift Current this afternoon. Let's talk a little bit more about those averages. So 2.3 is the average in Regina. We're expecting to reach 5 degrees in Regina today. So again, above that average. The average in Saskatoon is 1.4. Today's expected high, 1 degree. So right around that. Last year in Regina on this day, March 23rd, we reached 3.4 degrees, not even close to that record in 1910 of 24.4 degrees. And last year in Saskatoon, 3 degrees. That record also was in the year 1910. That was 22.8 degrees. Your 5-day forecast showing a little bit more of that precipitation in Regina and Saskatoon, likely coming later in the evening on Tuesday. 7 degrees for Regina, 8 degrees on Wednesday. That freezing rain tapering off in the afternoon hours. In Saskatoon, showing more of the same. Temperatures dropping down to minus 2 tomorrow, minus 10 on Wednesday. Again, talking about those flurries coming late in the day tomorrow and continuing through the night into Wednesday morning, tapering off in the afternoon, minus 9 on Thursday, and 0 degrees by Friday with a mix of sun and cloud.
Ravine is coming to Casino Regina Show Lounge on April 10th, and we want to send you to see the show. Enter online at ctvregina.ca for a chance to win a pair of tickets. Regina is asking residents to help reduce recycling contamination by keeping the wrong items out of your blue curbside recycling bin. The city says current contamination rates are at 18%, triple the maximum allowed threshold of 6%. Let's clear up the confusion about what can go in and what cannot go into your bin as we welcome in Janet Laird and Willow Lorga from the city's waste department. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
I feel like we do this every year. That number is glaring, though. We have not had that number, 18%, and the threshold is 6. So how bad is it? Willow?
Well, it's high, and it's been slowly going up over the years. So we're at the highest we've been since we rolled out the blue cart.
Janet, are we careless or are we just not aware?
No, I think it's confusion over different materials, and particularly those that can go to Sarcan, and some of them can go there, but they can't go in your blue cart. So if they're recyclable in one stream, why not at my curb? And it has to do with the way they're processed. So at home, you can put everything in your cart together, which means at the processing facility, they need to sort it all out. And flexible plastics and foam packaging can't get sorted, and they end up getting into the bales that are sold to market, which makes those less valuable to those end markets. And then if you take them to Sarcan, they are source separated. So you put the flexible plastics all in one bin, foam packaging in another one, and they're easier to get to market that way.
All right, while you get that ready for our demonstration, Willow, what happens if we cannot get our act together? Our fees are going to go up. Is that the basic
That is
long
a
and short of it?
possibility, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do we have in front of us?
Well, we have lots of examples of foam packaging, so your meat trays and all that.
Okay, so this is a good one because this could cause some confusion for people. Do these have to be clean? Or
So
like
these
you just take the
can't
chicken out, you package it, you put it in the freezer, and these can just go straight in the bin?
So these cannot go in your curbside at home.
Can't go in at all?
No, so styrofoam, foam packaging, even though it says recyclable on the bottom, it is recyclable, but it's Sarcan. So if you're not going to go to Sarcan, this needs to go in your garbage at home.
Oh, see, so now you've just revealed that I'm a part of that 18%. I've been putting those in. What do you have?
Well, this is all types of flexible plastics, so same thing. It can go to Sarcan, but you cannot put it in your blue cart at home. You would have to put it in your garbage cart.
That's everybody's Amazon packages that are coming to
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
And that would be the same for the glass products as
Same
well.
for that as well?
Yes, same
So
for this as
we're
well.
packaging that up in a separate bin. We're taking that over to Sarcan.
You're taking this to Sarcan.
And when we get to Sarcan, where is it? If people have not been to Sarcan for a while,
So
where
they
do
have
collect it?
sorting stations at the front
Okay.
where you can just deposit it. Just kind of bins out for foam packaging and glass and flexible plastics.
We're not throwing it in with our recyclable bottles. What else do we have in the bin?
Oh, we have the things that can be recycled.
Wonderful.
So you have your
Ice cream containers.
Ice cream containers can now go in. You can take coffee cups, take out food containers. So all of those types of things.
Hopefully we clear up a little bit of confusion. Thank you so much for coming in again this year to do this.
Yes, thank you.
Here's what's happening in our community. The St. Basil's Easter Bake Sale happens March 26th at 10 a.m. at 1717 Toronto Street. Water for Elephants show March 26th and 27th at 7 p.m. at the Riddell Theatre, 3737 Wascana Parkway. Tickets, $30 for adults. The Club 66 social dance is back March 27th at 7:30 p.m. The Regina 55 Plus Community Center, 2134 Winnipeg Street. For more, call 306-529-6381. Easter Bake Sale and Tea, March 27th at 11 a.m., 229 5th Avenue West, out in Kenora. A ham bingo happening Friday, March 27th at 7 p.m. at the Duval Community Hall, 306-725-7405. Submit your event to our community by visiting our website, ctvregina.ca, and click on Our Community.
All right, let's head back out to Regina's YWCA and see what Janelle Lippi is up to. I understand, Janelle, you're getting a taste test this morning?
Yes, Jeremy, that's right. We will be getting a taste test very soon. And before we do that, we've got an outfit to show you guys. I'm joined here by Autumn. Now, Autumn, we are in the YWCA's Encore location. Tons of beautiful clothes here, and you've created us an outfit.
I sure have. So these are some of my favorite pieces that are currently at Encore. So I'll kind of take you through a bit. We're going to start on top here. I found a 100% linen blazer. Such a beautiful fabric and perfect for heading into these summer months. Underneath that, I put this insanely soft vintage t-shirt. I love thrifting basics. I find myself reaching for them again and again, so the cost per wear is really great. Then I was super excited to find these Gap denim shorts. These are the Bermuda style, so it's a bit longer, perfect for summer, very on trend. And then we finished off the look with this chunky charm necklace.
I love it. It's beautiful. You've got some great pieces here. Let's talk a little bit about the importance of people having the access to clothes like this for important life events like interviews and things like that.
Oh my gosh, totally. I've been so impressed with everything here at Encore. They have men's clothes, women's clothes. They have a great children's section. They have kept the prices so attainable. I've been so impressed. I feel like these are true thrift store prices. And if you can leave here feeling confident, feeling great about your new outfit without breaking the bank, and I mean, at the same time, you're supporting a great cause too. I mean, what could be better?
Absolutely. You are so right. Once again, this is Encore down at YWCA. Just as Autumn showed us, you can create some beautiful outfits here for whatever life event you've got coming up.
All right. Impressive, Janelle. Thank you very much. We'll check back in with you in a little while.
It's March 23rd, and we have these milestones to share with you. Just one, actually. A great big happy birthday going out to great-grandpa Walter. Here he is holding 3-month-old Herschel Walter. We hope you have a wonderful birthday. Lots of love from your family and friends. Enjoy your special day.
Milestones, brought to you by Harbor Landing Village, an award-winning senior care and living community in Regina.
If you have a milestone coming up, send us an email to yourmorningsaskatchewan@ctv.ca or simply scan that QR code on your screen. Please send those in at least one day in advance.
Today in our question of the day, we've been asking people how they picked their pet's name. Where did Frank come from?
Frank, there's a musician out there, Frank Turner, who I was very into when I got Frank like almost 13 years ago now. So that is how he got his name. Plus, I just love an old person name, like for an animal. That's just, I think I will be locked in for that for the rest of my life. Today, too, we were talking about churning that cream into butter from running. Well, now we want to churn out some money for you. After 8 o'clock, we're going to have a daily prize winner for the 50K payday. So someone winning $500, have your phone ready. And if you haven't entered yet, don't miss out. We're second week of this contest. Next keyword is coming up at 8 a.m. this morning. All you have to do is enter it online at petercountry927.ca, and that could win you the grand prize of $50,000.
Still like Frank Turner?
I still do.
Okay.
Less than I did before. Like, his best album's probably behind him, I will say that. But I don't regret the name, if that's what you're asking.
You don't want to get like a tattoo of a band that in 10 years you're like,
Ooh, that didn't age well, no.
The long-awaited new BTS album is already breaking records. Arirang is Spotify's most streamed album in a day so far this year, and the platform's most streamed K-pop album ever. It's the group's first full-length album since 2020.
There are infinite possibilities for this to go wrong.
But it didn't. Project Hail Mary had a huge opening weekend, and it's getting strong reviews from critics and moviegoers alike. Star Ryan Gosling gives a lot of the credit to directors Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
I think what Chris and Phil are uniquely good at is that they can elicit the coveted laugh cry. You know, so they make you laugh, they make you cry, they make you laugh, they make you cry, and then they just start staggering them to the point where by the end of the movie you're like, I'll just do both. I'll just laugh and cry at the same time. It's easier.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
All right, Kaylee, what do we got?
Well, as we know, spring is officially here. We're hoping to do what this guy is doing very soon.
You enjoying the sun?
So this is a sun lemur. He's enjoying the sunshine, obviously, as part of his morning routine. Hopefully we'll be able to copy this pampered pet and bask in the sun one of these days soon.
Drink it in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's spring break for a lot of people, traveling, trying to stay cool in places like this.
Room tour time. This is my airplane for the night. Oh, guys, I cannot.
So that's a whole airplane. Janet found this unique Airbnb in Bali for $40 a night. Couldn't resist. Comes with a seating area, a bedroom, and of course, first class.
Wow, this is very unique.
Pretty nice.
Isn't that great? $40 is a great price too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds pretty good.
I'm going to book my stay.
Right? First, you got to get to Bali.
Yeah, that might be a bit trickier. Can I have some time off?
No. No, me first. Jeremy, what do you have?
All right, so spring break is imminent, and on spring break, kids can get away with eating things like this, right?
Just rain cheese. There we go.
You know, just say when.
You'll never hear me talk again.
You didn't say when. You didn't.
That's tasty, though. That's fun. I like it.
Yum, yum, yum. We're going to take a quick time out. Enjoy your breakfast. We're back after this. Welcome to Monday, March 23rd.
Sadly, the 2 pilots are confirmed deceased, and notifications are being made by Air Canada's care team at this time.
Crash at New York's LaGuardia Airport has left 2 Air Canada pilots dead, several others injured.
Minority rights deserve to be protected and preserved.
Supreme Court of Canada could set the future course for Canada's charter as it hears a challenge of Quebec's secularism law.
Prices goes up and, everything goes up these days.
Gas prices keep going up, up, up. We'll tell you where it's headed, Canada. Let's stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Daryl.
And I'm Kayleen. Good morning, and thanks for starting your Monday with us.
All right, so Monday, first weekend, we won't have sports coming up here. This is going to be great.
So you're free.
We are
what are you
free.
going to do with your weekends now?
Wait till swimming lessons.
Wait till those start, for the summer.
If you're a parent in at least Regina, I don't know how bad it is in Saskatoon, but you got to get up at 7. It's a blood sport. You get up at 7, and you got to have your times, and you got to get your info in.
I am in a group chat with a lot of other Regina moms where people will actually put in the chat being like, wake up, it's time to register for swim lessons right now.
Let's go. I got mine on the same day.
And it's usually
that never happens.
Mid-show, and it's me on the computer like...
6 computers open. Forget the show. It's 8:01. Let's get to news. Speaking of the show, breaking news out of New York this morning. 2 Air Canada pilots are dead, dozens others injured after Air Canada Express flight struck a rescue vehicle on the runway at LaGuardia.
Sadly, the 2 pilots are confirmed deceased, and notifications are being made by Air Canada's care team at this time.
39 people on that plane that was carrying 76 people. 2 firefighters in the rescue vehicle were taken to hospital after the crash that happened just before midnight. Air traffic control audio has been released, capturing some of the panic in the moments before the deadly collision. The firefighting truck was responding to a separate incident when it hit the passenger jet as it was landing.
Truck 1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower, requesting to cross 4 at Delta. Truck 1 and Company, cross 4 at Delta. Truck 1 and Company, 4 at Delta. Frontier 4195, just stop there, please. Stop. Truck 1, stop. Stop, Truck 1, stop. Stop, Truck 1, stop. Del 2603, go around, runway heading 2000. Jet 646. Jet 646, I see you collide with vehicle in pole position. I know you can't move.
Passengers who were on board the Air Canada Express flight recounted the panic that followed that collision.
Fear. I mean, it was pretty shocking. I didn't know what to expect. We were honestly sleeping and then landing, and then all of a sudden, boom, woke up in shock. Just didn't know what to do.
One of our friends was several rows back from us, and we walked past him on the way out because he was trying to find his glasses, and his nose was totally broken, bleeding on his face. A lot of people smacked their head against the seat in front of them.
LaGuardia Airport expected to remain closed until at least 2 p.m. local time. That would be 12 o'clock our time. That closure is having an impact on other airports in the U.S. and Canada. Canada's Transport Minister Steve McKinnon has now made a statement writing his thoughts are with the families and colleagues of those who have lost in that incident. He also writes Canada is working closely with the U.S. authorities as they investigate that incident. Okay, so there was 2 Saskatoon, then there was a Moose Jaw, and now there's another Saskatoon overpass, Jeremy.
Yeah, number 4 in the last 3 weeks, Daryl. Traffic down to 1 lane, heading northbound on Circle Drive in Saskatoon after another too-tall load hit a Saskatoon overpass. Happened yesterday afternoon. The city says the Canadian Pacific Kansas City Rail and Pedestrian Overpass, that's its official name, it's south of the Attridge Drive overpass, was impacted by an overheight vehicle causing damage to the structure. Now, police were on the scene as debris was swept up from the impact. This is the 3rd Saskatoon overpass hit the past 3 weeks. We had the first one March 5th. That's at highways 11 and 16. Then March 11th, 108th Street overpass that was damaged. And then now this one occurred on March 22nd. Hundreds of people gathered at Prairieland Park over the weekend for Saskatoon's annual Homestyles show. More than 200 vendors bringing their skills and products to showcase to the public. The Saskatoon Home Builders Association CEO told CTV some of the more popular topics this year: energy-efficient homes and accessory dwelling units.
So we've been going all since Thursday. We actually have increased the number of booths in this year's show, so we're very, very thrilled with the turnout of the show. We are completely booked and packed, so it's been a really good show that way. And our attendance has been tracking higher than previous years.
This year marked the 44th time the show has been hosted in Saskatoon. Well, Daryl, there is an effort underway to reduce illegal outfitting in Saskatchewan.
Province, Jeremy, making changes to the non-resident game bird hunting licenses. Jasmine Peltier reports.
The Saskatchewan Wildlife Federation is happy with a new change to non-resident game bird licenses, saying it prioritizes Saskatchewan hunters.
We want to make sure that our residents here in Saskatchewan have access to the resources within their own province, and that we can continue to have those resources long into the future, and that they're managed for the benefit of all of our citizens.
Game bird hunting licenses are currently available to Saskatchewan residents, Canadian residents, and non-residents, with all licenses being valid for the full season. The update will limit non-resident hunters' term licenses to 1 5-day license in the spring and 2 5-day term licenses in the fall. The province does not expect a negative economic impact.
Our indications are it's not going to have that big of an effect on it, negative effect. They've looked at data from Manitoba, who's had this practice already, and they've seen very little to no negative impact on their economy.
The Saskatchewan Commission of Professional Outfitters Board Chair Jordan Rosewell says illegal outfitting has long been a problem in the game bird industry, and this change is a step in the right direction.
As a Saskatchewan resident and business owner in the outfitting sector, I find it really encouraging. It's a tool that we can use to prevent this in the future, and hopefully my children will be able to have the same hunting opportunities in the province that I had growing up.
Rosewell says illegal outfitting creates unnecessary competition for residents and costs the province in lost economic activity each year. Jasmine Peltier, CTV News, Prince Albert.
A new police dog is helping Saskatchewan investigators uncover digital devices in child exploitation cases. As Stacey Hine tells us, this specialized canine is trained to sniff out items criminals try to hide.
Meet Taffy. The nearly 3-year-old golden retriever is the newest member of the Saskatchewan Internet Child Exploitation Unit.
The introduction of Taffy as a resource for investigators greatly increases our ability to locate these devices and hold offenders accountable.
She's one of 8 electronic storage detection canines in Canada. These dogs are trained to pick up the scent of chemical compounds found in devices like cell phones, USB sticks, SD cards, and hard drives, using their noses to help officers find crucial digital evidence.
Digital evidence plays a significant role in internet child exploitation investigations, and even the smallest device can hold thousands of images, videos, and messages.
After undergoing specialized training in Indiana, Taffy joined her handler last November. Now she's receiving her badge, and police say she's already making a difference.
In one of the searches, I can say Taffy was able to locate a phone that we didn't know was there, so that was very helpful.
She's also a trained therapy dog, supporting both victims and officers.
The type of work that we do is difficult work when you're looking and dealing with child exploitation files. So having her around the office has been nice for the investigators.
She's a dog with an important job, helping find what others can't. Stacey Hine, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Let's turn to March Madness. I'm sure your bracket is completely busted by now, right? The men's Sweet 16 is set this morning, but one top seed will not be there. Will Reeve reports.
For 3. This morning, the first #1 seed knocked out of the men's NCAA tournament ahead of the Sweet 16. Top-seeded defending champion Florida falling to 9-seed Iowa on this last-second shot from Alvaro Folgueras.
We went through a lot of moments in the season. I've been in a lot of moments in my life.
The Hawkeyes full of excitement in the locker room.
Darling puts it up.
And St. John's stunning Kansas at the buzzer, thanks to Dylan Darling, whose only points in the game came when they counted most.
I just try to keep,
stay level-headed, stay in the game, and knew down the stretch that, my team was going to need me to make a play. And, 4 seconds left. Picture perfect.
The Johnnies into the Sweet 16 for the first time this century, where Hall of Fame coach Rick Pitino's team will face #1 overall seed Duke. 4 seed Nebraska surviving in their second-round South Region showdown with Vanderbilt. This half-court heave from Tyler Tanner just rimming out, and the Cornhuskers are into the first Sweet 16 in program history.
The Longhorns!
And 11 seed Texas becoming just the 6th play-in team to reach the Sweet 16 since the field expanded to 68 teams. The Longhorns knocking off 3 seed Gonzaga over the weekend. And on the women's side, 4 seed Minnesota defeating 5 seed Ole Miss. Amaya Battle scoring this game-winning shot for the Golden Gophers.
Here's Graves again. Give her a couple more.
1 seed Texas dominant, making a statement in their 100-58 win over 8 seed Oregon. And 2 seed LSU setting a record with their 16th 100-point game this season, beating number 7 Texas Tech 101-47.
It's an honor. Cause you've been coaching like 100 years, and I'm just kidding. I'm just laughing. Not that long. You just lost your starting job, sister.
Will Reeve, ABC News, New York.
It's a tough job coaching young kids playing hockey. The 3-4-5 Senators on Sunday, last game of the season, decided to jump into the net. This is how they were going to get to the, and right in front there is Mateo. This is how they wanted to get to their game because we play half ice. Do you know how hard it was to push that net?
I would like to know what Mateo said afterwards about this.
They all said we, like again. Let's do it again.
This is one of those core memories, though, that he's probably going to talk about for a while and say, hey, remember when you pushed the net? And
yeah, remember when you're going to do that again tomorrow?
Yeah, more. No, that's what my 1-year-old says. We do something fun, and she just goes, more, again?
Everything is more. Always more. Well, congratulations to those kids. They're hard workers. Let's get over to the Weather Center.
Speaking of more, I would like to be seeing more of those warm temperatures that we saw last week. Not quite as warm today. We're not seeing any of the double-digit temperatures in the province, but still a lot of those positive digits down south. -1 right now to wake us up, though, in Regina. Winds have been very calm to start the day. They are going to be increasing slightly this afternoon, only up to about 30 kilometers per hour, though. So no worries there. Some clouds, though, to start the day in both Regina and Saskatoon. Saskatoon has gone down slightly in temperature since the last time we took a look outside. It's -3 right now. Winds coming in at 13 kilometers per hour. We're also tracking this system that brought some snow overnight to areas around Saskatoon, Prince Albert, areas close to Regina, and then down through the southeast corner as well. Mainly right now, that has finally made its way into Manitoba. Just as of a few minutes ago, we were seeing a few of those flakes, but it does seem like moving into the afternoon, we're not talking about a lot of precipitation in the province today. You still see just a little bit in areas east of Prince Albert there. Other than that, we're looking forward to overnight and into early tomorrow morning up north, where we're going to start to see some more of those flurries. And then into the late afternoon, early evening hours tomorrow, we do see some more moving in, starting in the southwest corner of the province, and then really expanding through into central Saskatchewan as well. Prince Albert, Saskatoon, Regina, Estevan, all areas that could be seeing some of that precipitation again late into tomorrow and into early Wednesday as well. Today's forecast, though, looking right around the seasonal average for many places around Saskatoon. 1 degree, 2 degrees in Yorkton, -2 for Prince Albert, and -1 in the Battlefords. Down in the south, seeing more of the warm temperatures, although Weyburn and Estevan, it was only a few minutes ago. We were expecting about 8 degrees this afternoon. That number has gone down slightly. We're going to keep tracking that. 7 degrees, though, expected this afternoon as of now. 6 degrees for Swift Current and Moose Jaw. 5 degrees expected for Regina. Your 7-day forecast only really showing that precipitation that we just talked about on the weather tracker for the next few days. And again, that's going to mean late tomorrow in Regina, some flurries. The afternoon, we could still be seeing some of that sunshine with that high of 7 degrees. Freezing rain to start your day on Wednesday, so the commute could be a little bit tricky. Other than that, it's going to be pushing away for the afternoon, 8 degrees. In Saskatoon, again, talking about late flurries tomorrow into Wednesday morning. Temperatures also falling slightly tomorrow, -2, and then falling even more for Wednesday, -10.
March 23rd, 1994, Wayne Gretzky scored his 802nd career goal, beating Gordie Howe's record and becoming the highest scoring player in NHL history. March 23rd, 2020, Ottawa announced repatriation flights for Canadians stranded in foreign countries by the COVID-19 pandemic. And March 23rd, 1998, James Cameron's Titanic won 11 Oscars, including Best Picture. Leo DiCaprio still hasn't seen it.
Well, it took a real team effort to rescue a cat stuck in a tree in Ottawa over the weekend. Tyler Sears, he's an arborist, and he came to the cat's rescue, climbed up about 24 meters to save the day. It happened on Saturday. A Reddit user posted a photo showing the cat way up there like that, asking if anyone could help bring it down. And Sears, a certified arborist, jumped into action on his day off. And with the help of Ottawa Fire, he was able to climb way up for the rescue. And the cat didn't say thanks.
No, of course not. No.
We'll say thank you, because anybody who helps animals is a hero in my mind.
What are you bugging me for? I'm just trying to hang out here in this branch. I'm just branching out into other things.
Probably scared.
We don't know how that cat got its name, but we were asking you at home how your dog got its name. It's National Puppy Day today.
Yeah, so a few great stories coming in through our text line, through X, and through email as well. Thank you for your answers. First one made me chuckle a little bit. Our older dog we named Forrest, as in Forrest Gump. We liked the movie, so naturally we had to get him a Jenny.
Of course.
I like that. Yeah, Lori saying our dog Bootsy was named that because she was black, but she had those little white paws that looked like boots. Cute. I like the name Bootsy. Jody writing in saying our dog Pebbles was named after my husband's love of the Flintstones. We also have a Kramer and a Phoebe in the family.
Okay.
All right.
A lot of television inspiration.
Denise saying I made my pug puppy Luna after the ancient Roman goddess of the moon.
Jody needs like a bird named Kayleen or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'd like that. Annette saying my service dog's name is Montego. Yes, he was named after the song Montego Bay, sung by Bobby Bear. And another one saying we named our dog Reuben because we both love Reuben sandwiches, and he's a very good boy.
Gosh, I'm hungry. What should we? Oh, we've got to name this dog first.
Candy saying we named our puppers after musicians since we love music. Cher, Eddie and the Cruisers, Queen Bee, Patsy, Conway. We also had Denise saying my Penny. I researched her name before I got her. I just love her.
All right. Congratulations, Denise.
And Haley saying, I haven't had a dog in years as they both passed, but we had a Zoe named after Zoe 101 when we were kids. And then we had a Brie. She was named after cheese because I love cheese. And Anne Marie saying, I named my fur baby Sparkle because she was the sparkle of my life.
Sparkle.
Cheese.
Well, it's almost time for the Easter Bunny to arrive. Lifestyle and parenting expert Sherry French is here with us today with great ideas for Easter gifting and hosting. Good morning.
Good morning and happy Easter. It's almost time.
I'm very excited, and the bunny's got to arrive with some chocolate, right? What do you recommend goes in his basket this year?
Yeah, you cannot have Easter without chocolate, clearly. And this is a staple in my house every Easter because we know Easter is all about family and those shared moments of joy. Everyone's coming home, in my case, from school and for work for the weekend. And Purdy's Chocolatier believes those moments deserve the very best. So Canadians have loved the indulgent taste for decades, and their Easter collection, I promise you, has something for everyone. So if you've got little ones and maybe you're having a backyard egg hunt, they've got so many different varieties of eggs. I love these milk chocolate ones, but also making a beautifully crafted gift basket. They've got a ready to go option, but in my house, for my two girls and my husband, I'll be making some beautiful gift baskets. Purdy's turns every treat into a lasting family memory. So make sure your Easter traditions, I'll make them a little bit sweeter this year. So head to your local Purdy store to see the full collection, or you can shop online too at purdys.com.
Sherry, I got to tell you, in my house, it's those Purdy's creamy yolk eggs. Oh, they're
Down below.
so good.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm the chocolate, the solid chocolate bunny. That's me. I'm actually keeping that one for myself. So
making me hungry this morning. In addition to the chocolate, it's also a great time to gift some other things that we'll definitely be using.
Yeah, so something, again, another staple in my home during Easter, Roots gear. I mean, it lasts forever. I still have my kids' stuff that I was able to pass down from kid to kid. Roots makes Easter basket gifting effortless with cozy, high-quality essentials that feel special today and, yes, last well beyond this season. So with me today, I've got several pieces from the brand new Roots Athletic Department collection, just dropped earlier this month. So this collection will connect actually the past and present through timeless sports-inspired stuff. So today I'm wearing actually this beautiful blue Bowen cardigan. On the bust, I've got the men's athletic department hoodie. Hopefully my husband's not watching now. This is going to him. As well as athletic department. They've got some baseball hats, women's athletic department polo that I've got both of my girls. So many great options. Of course, the socks, always in my kids' Easter baskets. Head to your local Roots store or shop roots.com. And so many great ideas from this new athletic department collection.
Sherry, we only have about 20 seconds left, but you have a quick hack to share with us.
Yes, do not microwave your butter when you're baking to soften it. All you need to do is boil some water, fill up a glass, let it sit for a few minutes to get warm, dump the water out, and then put your glass over the butter for about 10 minutes. I promise you, you're going to have soft butter that's ready to use to bake because you forgot to take it out in the morning.
Some more tips and tricks available on momhint.com. Thanks for your time, Sherry. We'll see you next time.
Happy Easter.
A new report is looking at 3 groups of healthcare workers. You got nurse practitioners, pharmacists, and paramedics to examine how they could help provide more primary care in Canada. Pauline Chan has the details.
Yvonne Dale is a patient at Emery Keelsdale NPLC, and her story is a familiar one.
Well, I live in the neighborhood. My son was already coming here, and since my family doctor retired, he put me on the wait list. And so when the space became available, I was able to come here because it was difficult to find a family doctor was accepting new patients, and I did try.
So an NPLC is a nurse practitioner-led clinic, meaning that the nurse practitioners are the primary care providers.
Maroc Fazal can prescribe, diagnose, and even recommend tests for her patients. The clinic tries to be a healthcare hub, including a dietitian and a social worker on staff. Here at Emery Keelsdale, they're also planning to bring in a chiropodist because many of their patients are dealing with chronic diabetes and require frequent foot care.
Mostly what we see in our community here are patients who have not had care for 15 years, 20 years.
Actually, we're getting better at staying alive with a lot more chronic disease, which is great, but that means that people need care.
The new study from the University of Toronto looks at 17 high-income countries and how they're all dealing with the growing problem of access to primary care. And expanding the scope of practice for pharmacists, paramedics, and nurse practitioners is a key part of that. The recommendations include clear regulatory frameworks.
It reduces, the ambiguity about different roles, like is it clear what people are able to do, and allows people to kind of practice at their full extent.
Increasing the number of healthcare professionals, prioritizing innovative projects like enabling paramedics to diagnose on the scene and avoid a trip to the ER, and communicating to Canadians.
So that people understand all the different options, understand how to navigate through their system.
The study also suggests that although there are large initial investments to train and hire more staff,
what we see is that over time, what these changes produce is additional value. So what we can see is a return on investment in these initial upfront costs.
And Yvonne, a nurse herself, is very happy with her NPLC. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
Health Report, brought to you in part by SEIU West, Saskatchewan's first healthcare union.
All right, let's head back out to Mike Siona now. He is marking the anniversary of the Battle of Vimy Ridge.
Well, we are down here at the Vimy Memorial ahead of the Saskatoon Vimy dinner with Curtis Kimpton, as we have been all morning long. And I'll tell you what, Curtis, This dinner is going to be spectacular. For people who've not been to it, myself included, what does the evening look like?
You know what? The evening is filled with tradition, right? Because the military is known for that. And so you're going to have all types of traditions going on during the meal and some of that. Plus, you're going to have a soldier at every table to be able to tell you a bit about their history and what's gone on. So kind of neat that way. We also have the Air Force brass band coming into play, so some good music. We'll have the armories done up, so you'll see all kinds of silent auction items, some live auction items. Really, it's just a fun evening in a very, very confined space, which is beautiful in that armory.
And it's a space that not everybody has access to. I mean, you can't just walk in. So a great opportunity for somebody to come in and experience and see, get a little tour.
Absolutely. And there's lots of history in there, right? So there you'll see things like the North Saskatchewan's battle armors. You'll be able to see different things that have gone on. So it is a night, really, that is so different than any other dinner in this community.
Fantastic. And of course, all in support of the Army Reservists that operate here in our fine city and our fine province of Saskatchewan. Curtis, if people want to get some more details, send an email. That's how you can get tickets.
Absolutely. Send us an email. We'd be happy to connect with you and get you a table or a sponsorship or tickets for the event.
Fantastic. April 11th. It's a Saturday night. Don't miss it.
8:30, welcome back to the program. A new report is looking at 3 groups of healthcare workers: nurse practitioners, pharmacists, and paramedics. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot on the teleprompter because I'm good at my job. Let's start with news. New in this morning, U.S. President Donald Trump has extended a deadline for the Strait of Hormuz to reopen. In a social media post this morning, the president says there have been productive talks on Iran on ending hostilities. President Trump had threatened to go after Iran's power grid if the strait isn't reopened by tonight. A group of high school girls got a taste of life as an engineer this weekend. Concordia University trying to inspire the next generation of women. Sweta Rassi reports.
It's a combination of 2.
These teenage girls are thinking like engineers, working on circuit boards and using their problem-solving skills, and following in the footsteps of the women before them.
During this workshop, we learned that during World War II, men had to go to war, so then women were the ones who were making circuits and stuff like that.
STEM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, is still a male-dominated field. But 17-year-old Sarah Jane Bonfin says that doesn't intimidate her.
But it gives me a bit more of a courage, as in to prove them wrong and show them that it's not just for men, and that I'm going to show you that I can really excel in this field.
16-year-old Jerry Eunice agrees.
Okay, there's more male in this field, but it also started with women. So if you can do it, I can also do it. So yeah.
And that's exactly why Women in Engineering at Concordia University is holding this event. The student-run organization is giving girls aged 12 to 17 a front row seat to STEM, hoping to spark their interest. Elisa Moscato, who is a member of the group, has first-hand experience.
I'm in mechanical engineering, and depending on the classes, sometimes we're like 5 girls out of a class of 100 students.
Most of the workshops are run by university students who not too long ago were in high school, trying to figure out their career path.
Because they're younger, so they can definitely relate to us more, and also they're going through the program, so they can definitely explain how it is.
For 15-year-old Isabella Spagnuolo, the message is simple.
If you believe you can do it, and if you have the talent to do it, then go for it.
No matter who you are. Sweta Rassi, CTV News.
Some of the best Ukrainian dancers were in the Queen City this weekend. Sierra D'Souza Butts reports.
A trio of young men are paying tribute to those fighting in Ukraine through a performance called Shoulder to Shoulder Boys.
Just standing shoulder to shoulder like brothers, you know, like how all the men in Ukraine are fighting in the war right now.
We just want to make people aware all the power and courage that all the Ukrainian soldiers have.
and we want to just like embody that in our dance.
Dancers are showing their solidarity for those affected by the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine at the annual Tavria Ukrainian Dance Festival in Regina, aiming to celebrate the Ukrainian culture while bringing people from across the prairies together.
My favorite competition of the year. Yeah, everyone here is just awesome. So nice.
The festival has been going strong for 34 years, allowing dancers to showcase cultural expression of Ukrainian roots.
And what we do is we celebrate Ukrainian dance and culture, and we bring in people from all over the prairies, and they come and we celebrate dance and have a great time, have a big party basically, and then we give away some, medals in the meantime.
780 dancers are delivering 600 performances this year, marking the biggest turnout for the festival post-pandemic.
Our dances are based on region and always have a bit more of a traditional base, so you'll notice the traditional costumes and such, which incidentally, a lot of the Tavria costumes, all of the Tavria costumes come directly from Ukraine.
The event also assists as a fundraiser, raising money to help families in Ukraine.
Slava Ukraini! Heroям slava!
Sierra D'Souza Buds, CTV News, Regina.
And the Saskatoon Blades honored 3 of their legends this weekend. Hallie Mandrick reports.
The Saskatoon Blades hosted the first ever Legends Night in franchise history, with some big names in attendance for the inaugural Blades Hall of Fame inductions.
I was just dumbfounded. I felt like it was such an honor. And so I don't know what the criteria is, and I don't know what the who's on the board. I do know that I'm grateful.
It was an emotional night as different generations of the Blades community came together to celebrate the 3 inductees. Kelly Chase and Mark Watton were honored for their impact on the franchise in the 80s and early 90s before they each went on to play in the NHL. The event also recognized an off-ice legend. Associate General Manager Steve Hildebrand was inducted after serving the organization for 25 years in a number of roles.
Obviously, yesterday was quite the surprise, and as I said, I was a part of these meetings for Kelly and Mark, and then I guess there was other meetings going on at the same time. So it's a special day, and I'm forever grateful.
The Blades legends each received a coveted gold jacket, which comes along with the accomplishment, and all 3 inductees spoke about how special it was to be surrounded by their Blades family.
Our teammates, we are a brotherhood. Like, we spent a lot of time when we were younger together all the time, and we needed to have each other's back, not just on the ice, but off the ice as well. And like you said, probably any teammate that I needed something from, I'd be able to call up right now, and they'd be there to help.
Chase echoed these sentiments while reflecting on how the team has impacted his life.
I mean, we wore our winter coats till June because they had Saskatoon Blades logo on it. So what does the logo mean to me? It's the brotherhood that comes with the logo that we created that I think is most important.
Hallie Mandrick, CTV News, Saskatoon.
All right, so everybody wants to know what the color by number behind you means.
Well, we're talking about some really cold temperatures far up north this morning, but other than that, things are looking really good across the province. So we just have to get past Stony Rapids, -33 there this morning. Uranium City, also very cold to start the day in those -30s. Key Lake, other than that, -8 in La Ronge, so a significant improvement there. -2 in Hudson Bay, -4 in Melfort and Spirit Wood to start the day. Down in the south, we're still at 0 degrees in Moose Jaw, but Wynyard has also joined at that temperature. Rosetown also pretty warm this morning around that 0 degree mark. Kindersley though -2, -3 in Swift Current, -3 in Assiniboia, and -1 in Weyburn and Estevan. Later on into the afternoon, temperatures looking pretty good down south, above that seasonal average, but right around the average in central Saskatchewan. 1 degree for Saskatoon, 5 degrees in Regina, 7 degrees in Weyburn and Estevan, and 6 degrees expected for Swift Current and Moose Jaw. -1 for the Battlefords and -2 expected for Prince Albert. Let's talk a little bit more about those averages. The average this time of year in Regina is 2.3 degrees. We're above that this afternoon at 5 degrees. In Saskatoon, we said that you were right around that average. Well, pretty dang close. 1 degree this afternoon, whereas the average is 1.4 degrees. Last year in Regina, we hit 3.4 degrees in the afternoon, 3.0 in Saskatoon. And the record for both cities back in the year 1910, setting those records, 24.4 degrees for Regina, 22.8 in Saskatoon. Your 5-day forecast showing that we do have some of that precipitation on the way. It's mainly going to be late tomorrow into the evening hours. Warming up, though, in Regina up to 7 degrees, 8 degrees by Wednesday, with that precipitation continuing on through the night from Tuesday to Wednesday, and then tapering off in the afternoon with some freezing rain. -6 on Thursday with that cloud cover, and 5 degrees on Friday with that mix of sun and cloud. In Saskatoon, 1 degree today, as we mentioned, with that mix of sun and cloud, with the flurries on the way again late tomorrow. The afternoon, we could still be seeing some sunshine, -2 though. Getting even colder for Wednesday, -10. Again, those flurries are expected to continue on through the morning hours and then taper off in the afternoon. -9 on Thursday and 0 degrees by Friday with that mix of sun and cloud.
More small towns across Canada will soon be home to huge data centers. Tech companies are eyeing rural areas to build what are known as hyperscale data centers, which can sometimes consume as much power as entire cities. But in many cases, these towns don't have the infrastructure to deliver that kind of energy. So joining me now for a look at how these developers plan to operate these centers is Simon Enoch. He's a senior researcher for Saskatchewan issues and policies at the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives. Good morning, Simon.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on. I guess we need to say, first off, Bell Canada owns CTV. Let's get that out of the way. But they recently announced plans for a $1.7 billion project to build a data center right near Regina. There's one going in from a different company in Alberta as well. So why are these companies looking to these areas to build such massive projects?
Well, there's a few reasons why these sort of hyperscale data centers are looking at more rural areas. The first is just cheap land. When you're building a facility of this size, a lot cheaper to purchase land in a rural area versus a more urban area. The second is sometimes they can get faster grid access. There's just not going to be as many commercial customers potentially in a rural area versus an urban area. And then lastly, a lot of rural areas, because of population outmigration, lack of economic opportunities, are desperate for a sort of industrial anchor to bring sort of tax revenues and jobs. And so I think a lot of these larger data center developers are thinking that perhaps they can sort of use that leverage to gain concessions, whether that's through tax incentives or land subsidies or regulatory relief. So those are sort of the major reasons why they're looking at these areas.
Now, obviously, these areas come with shortcomings as well, right? These centers need massive amounts of energy to operate. I've heard comparisons that it's like adding a whole nother city to the power grid. Small towns typically don't have that kind of infrastructure to supply that. So are there plans to address some of those shortcomings?
I think what you're seeing is that these sort of hyperscale data centers are looking to locate along major transmission lines so they can tap into existing infrastructure. They also, of course, need access to fiber optics. So that's another consideration. But usually what you'll find is they're tapping into existing infrastructure along in these rural areas.
Okay. Now, one other concern is water use. A lot of high energy consumption. You got to cool that somehow, right? Is this going to impact the water situation in the Regina area? Because there are drought concerns down there.
Mm-hmm. Well, it sounds like from the details that we have that the Regina data center is going to use what's called a closed loop cooling system, which recycles water, so it shouldn't use as much water as traditional data centers. That being said, it does use a lot of chemicals to ensure that the lines don't freeze, that there's no sort of bacteria, that there's no rust, and those chemicals have to be purged every so often. So that can be a sort of concern. There's also indirect water consumption depending on the energy that it uses. If it's drawing from a coal-fired plant, that's going to draw water. Maybe not so much in Regina, but further afield in Estevan. But nevertheless, the closed loop system does use less water, but there are other environmental concerns that come with that cooling system.
Okay, well, those are the facts. Simon Enoch from the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives. Thank you for shining the light on this huge project for us this morning.
My pleasure. Thanks so much.
Let's head back out on location with Janelle Lipai, who is getting a taste test at Encore Cafe. Janelle, good morning.
Good morning. As promised, it is time for the taste test, and I have got Alexis and Chef Ollie here with me, who made this beautiful food. Before we get into that, though, let's talk a little bit about the cafe itself and the history behind it.
The cafe is about community, about serving the folks that live in the area, that live in the building. It's an additional way that you can support the YWCA and the important work we do here, and in fact, the women and families we serve.
Thank you so very much. Now, Chef Ollie, we have a beautiful spread of food here. Talk me through what we've got in front of us.
So here we have our signature latte, which is the Prairie Sage Latte, made with fresh sage.
Okay, and I think, do we get to sample these?
Of course, yeah.
Oh my goodness, I love to. Okay, here we go. Oh, it looks amazing. Okay. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. All right, what's next?
This is our kimchi fries.
Okay.
So it's like a togarashi spice on the fries, which is like an orange, seaweed, sesame seed, and Japanese chilies kind of spice mix. And then it gets kimchi, cheddar cheese, and then like a really umami-rich miso sauce on top.
All right, I think it's sample time.
It's a perfect breakfast.
It is. I've been eyeing these up all morning. All right, let's see if I can do it without making a total mess. Hang on, everybody. All right. Those are so yummy.
Just the right kick.
Just the right kick is right. Okay, what do we have next to that?
This is our green goddess salad. So the dressing is like a really fresh herbaceous yogurt dressing. It's got edamame beans, cucumber, cabbage, some greens, butter toasted walnut, some feta cheese, and just a bunch of fresh mint on top. So it's like a really light kind of spring, summery type of salad for everyone to enjoy.
Perfect for the season. Of course, it's time for the taste test here too. Ollie, this looks amazing. Okay. Okay. 10 out of 10 for everything. Thank you, guys. I'm going to talk with my mouth full here. I do apologize. So much fun this morning. I really appreciate this. Once again, this is right down at the cafe. You can come buy some stuff, maybe even meet Howie. All those funds go to a really great place.
I'm not an astronaut.
If you don't go, you die. We're the rest of us.
Project Hail Mary launched to the top of the weekend box office, taking in $80.5 million. It's the biggest opening ever for Amazon's MGM Studios. The sci-fi drama stars Ryan Gosling as a science teacher who wakes up light years from Earth and sets out on a mission to save the planet.
You want to live here, you better learn pond rules.
What are pond rules?
Oh, I am clearing the rest of the day.
Bouncing into second place was Disney and Pixar's Hoppers. The animated film took in $5.4 million domestically and has grossed more than 168 million worldwide. Disney is the parent company of ABC News. A heartfelt essay from Amanda Peet over the weekend. The 54-year-old actress writing in The New Yorker she was diagnosed with breast cancer last fall. She says she got the news while also dealing with her parents who were both dying in hospice care. Pete says her diagnosis is treatable. And the star of TV's Felicity and the Americans turns 49 today. Happy birthday to Carrie Russell. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News.
A woman in New York recreated Dorothy's Kansas bedroom from The Wizard of Oz, and so much more.
Yeah, ABC's Danny New first visited her apartment 6 months ago when it was a famous shipwreck.
And now it's perhaps our most beloved land over the rainbow.
Titanic is kind of supposed to be like on a stage there.
You may recall our voyage last year with New Yorker Sarah Bowl, who picked up millions of views on social media for transforming her apartment into the Titanic.
Hi, welcome to the apartment of Oz.
Well, I have some news. Sarah and her little dog, too, are back and in Technicolor.
I just thought back to certain scenes in Wizard of Oz when I was a kid that I was like, oh, wait, that would be really cool.
After taking down the Leo decorations in October, Sarah and Vito have now docked in the Emerald City.
This is supposed to look like the witch is melting.
So let's take the grand tour. When you first walk in, her living room pays tribute to the black and white scenes in Kansas.
I just tacked some cotton balls and, I don't know, fake grass.
Including a tornado made of chicken wire and pages from L. Frank Baum's The Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
How do you watch TV?
It's a good question.
Meanwhile, Sarah's room is more Glinda-fied for the Wicked universe.
That's supposed to be Glinda, her bubble.
But Sarah's masterpiece may just be her guest room, which she has upcycled into the many stops along the yellow brick road.
I think the hardest part was this area, like the forest.
There are so many little details you might miss, like snow in the poppy fields and Easter eggs for each of Dorothy's companions she meets along the way. Frankly, it's hard not to get wrapped up in all of the magic.
Vito, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
There's no place like home. For the record, I did ask Sarah just how many packages it took to order all these elements, and she said, quote, enough to have the doorman complain about me again. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
I'm sure he asked the question that everybody's wondering, which is how much has she spent?
Yep.
And I'm sure she did not answer that question.
Enough to get a complaint from the doorman.
That's a lot of packages. Also, you have to own that, right, Jeremy? Like, you'd have to own that apartment. To do that,
I would think if that was my place and she was doing that, I don't know how I'd feel.
She is, I'd love to see her dating app profile. Eccentric.
If you sell it, does the price go up or down based on what you've done to it?
Good point. Let's get to our sidebar. You know what I want now? I want her to sell it, and I want Jeremy to do one of those cheeky for sale Instagram reel things.
Ooh,
That's what Jeremy just to be completely honest about what it is he's selling, right? Like, I think you'd be good at that.
I could pull that off. That was one of my strengths for sure. And I don't think it would sell very well after I was done with it.
This is the front door. Everything beyond it is meh.
Yeah.
Man, we can go on. The machines at this factory are running nonstop these days. The egg dyeing workshop in southern Germany has been in operation for 70 years. During the peak season, which is right now, of course, they boil and color as many as 34,000 eggs per hour. The eggs are all coming from regional farms as well as some local shops, even giving way before Easter.
I mean, it's colorful, but don't you want to decorate them yourself?
Nope.
You just want to buy them?
Maybe this is just a base, right? You add some detail later.
Heck of a base, though. Those are really nice.
They're very good.
I just picture my 18-month-old just flinging paint all over the house.
Yeah, well, my 1-year-old recently learned the word egg, and she...
so that's 2 words.
Well,
no and egg.
Yeah, egg. And mine. No, but she saw an Easter egg at Save On Foods yesterday, and she screamed, egg! big for everyone in the grocery store. So if you heard that at Save on Foods yesterday, yes, that was my 1-year-old.
There are worse things little kids can shout. Let's be honest.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's it for today. Thank you so much for being with us. We're back with you first thing tomorrow morning. Enjoy your day.